I told you that I attempted a challenge where I had to use 6 legendary Pokemon on the same team, you'd probably wonder what the big deal is. Legendary Pokemon are supposed to be the strongest Pokemon in the game after all. But if I told you that the only legendary Pokemon that I was allowed to use were the 6 Regi Pokemon, you'd probably get really concerned really quickly. That's because not only were the Regis clearly not designed to be used together, they mostly weren't designed to be used at all. Let me explain. Half of the Regis were introduced back in Generation 3, and I think that they are excellent Pokemon for what they're designed to be. 3 mysterious golems that you could only encounter by solving puzzles, unlike anything that most players would have experienced before. Their designs are ancient and bizarre, and that's only amplified by their complex unlock requirements. I think they add a ton to the world building of the 3rd generation. However, back in Generation 3, competitive play was clearly not in the forefront of the developers' minds. And so, each of the original 3 Regis has a number of, we'll call them limitations. Each Regi is the sole avatar of a single typing, either rock, steel, or ice. This isn't inherently a problem, but unfortunately, the types of 2 of the original 3 Regis are terrible. Rock and ice are types that can be strong, but they aren't here. And that's because the Regis have stats that entirely gear them towards defense. Regi Rock and Regi Ice have absurd physical and special bulk respectively, some of the highest in the game in fact. And Registeel meets in the middle to be bulky on both sides. Being bulky is usually quite good, but here the problem is that these original Regis can't actually do anything with their bulk. They have offensive stats below par by Generation 3 standards. Comparing them to the monsters we have in Generation 9 is just completely unfair. Actually, the offensive stats might be salvageable if not for the speed stats. Each of the Regis is 50 base speed, naturally 10 points lower than a Pokemon like Incineroar, a Pokemon known for being slow. Attacking after your opponent is a huge problem in competitive play, and the original 3 Regis really have no way to get around this. Fortunately for me, they introduced 3 more of these ancient paperweights later that could fix the problems of the original trio. The next Regi to be introduced is Regigigas, a Pokemon that's basically the butt of an inside joke at Game Freak. While at first glance it looks absurdly strong due to its ridiculously good stats, that's before we consider its ability, Slow Start. This ability cuts its attack and speed stats in half for 5 whole turns, and this timer is reset if Regigigas ever switches out. It is true that Regigigas has seen competitive play in the past, but it's almost entirely when it's been paired with Weezing, a Pokemon who shuts down all abilities while it's on the field. I'm not allowed to use Weezing here, and none of the other Regis get any way to remove Slow Start. The astute among you will have noticed a problem that I haven't even had time to bring up yet, which is that of the 4 Pokemon on our team so far, all of them share a weakness to fighting type moves. Add together that they all have 70 speed stat or lower and can't do any meaningful damage, and you can see why I said that these Pokemon clearly weren't designed to be used together. Fortunately, there are 2 Regis left that can save us, and to their credit, they don't share the same weaknesses as the other 4. Instead, they have new ones. These 2 Regis were added in the DLC of Sword and Shield, 4 generations after Regigigas, and it's pretty clear that they were actually designed with competitive play in mind. Each of them can do something quite well. Regieleki is the single fastest Pokemon ever made, and Regidrago is actually the only Regi to have consistent success in Scarlet and Violet, due to its role as an offensive powerhouse. While these 2 are overall a lot stronger than their predecessors, these 2 Regis have a new weakness. They don't learn any coverage moves. Regieleki is especially guilty of this. Back in Sword and Shield, when Regieleki was a strong Dynamax attacker, players would run Bounce and Hyper Beam as its best non-electric moves. For reference, I have a short about how bad one of these moves is, and the other has not seen any competitive play outside of this moment. Regidrago is slightly better due to it learning 1 useful coverage move, but that's it. If you want these Pokemon to do well, you better hope that Electric and Dragon moves will do the trick. You may notice that neither of these 2 Regis resist fighting, although at least they aren't weak to it. You may also notice that Regieleki adds a weakness to ground, meaning that half of our team is weak to ground type attacks. Regidrago is the only Pokemon with a water resistance. Registeel is our only fairy or dragon resistance. Honestly, the whole type chart is a mess. When I decided that I wanted to attempt this challenge, I spotted these weaknesses pretty quickly. What I failed to realize, however, is that the 6 Regis have another, even more problematic weakness involving their moves. It's true that Regieleki and Regidrago lack useful coverage moves, but all of the Regis lack the useful supporting moves that tie most competitive teams together. Moves like Fake Out, Rage Powder, and Follow Me help your defensive Pokemon protect your crucial and more frail offensive pieces. Moves like Tailwind and Trick Room help your Pokemon move before your foes. Priority moves like Aqua Jet, Sucker Punch, and Grassy Glide give another way for slower Pokemon to move before fast ones. And moves like Pollen Puff and Life Dew can help keep your bulky Pokemon alive. But as it turns out, not one of the Regis learns a single one of these moves. So not only is this challenge already extremely difficult due to the myriad of weaknesses that these Pokemon share, but I also lack almost every tool commonly used to mitigate said weaknesses. Unlike many of my other challenge runs where I'm limited to one type of Pokemon or using only unevolved Pokemon, here I only have these 6 Pokemon to choose from. I can't just use Masquerain or Tauros or Litten if I want Intimidate on the team. Oh wait, yeah, I haven't even mentioned that none of the Regis get useful abilities when it comes to, supporting the team. Regidrago and Regieleki have useful abilities that give them a power boost on their Dragon and Electric moves, but all 3 of the original Regis have a Clear Body, which for the most part is going to do nothing, and we already talked about how Regigigas' ability actively hurts it. Anyway, I knew that in order to make this challenge even remotely possible, I would need to find a way to get some support out of my Pokemon. I also knew that I would need to make sure that every Pokemon on this team could actually, contribute to battle, and so I began my team building by looking at the weakest Regi of all, Regigigas. I told you earlier that almost all the success that Regigigas has had involves it being paired with Weezing, who can temporarily remove its ability Slow Start. But did you notice how I didn't say all of its success? That's because all the way back in 2012, there was a player who brought Regigigas to a regional championship, one of the largest regionals that we had, in fact. This player made it all the way into Top Cut and finished second at the tournament. And he did it using a Regigigas set that didn't care about Slow Start, instead using Big Regi as a supportive Pokemon. I remembered this Regigigas set, in part because the player who invented it and got second at regionals was me. See, back in the day, years before I won the World Championships, I had some notoriety within the community. I was known as the Regi Trainer. I earned this title by not only placing second at regionals with Regigigas, but also placing 25th at the World Championships with Toxic, Thunderwave, Swagger, Seismic Toss, Registeel. Actually, the reason I wanted to attempt this challenge in the first place is because of my Regi roots. So for this team, I began by looking at Regigigas, because while it is true that Slow Start cuts your attack and speed in half, it's also true that it leaves your bulk untouched. By investing fully into Regigigas' bulk, it can survive some truly monstrous attacks, even by modern standards. I trained mine to live max attack Urshifu close combat, just as an example. But I would say that it's even more impressive on the special side, though I don't want to spoil anything just yet. Citrus Berry lets Regigigas live even longer, which is good, but even though it can survive, what can it do back? It has Slow Start. Ruin my opponent's days. With Thunderwave, Regigigas can give my team some speed control, paralyzing foes for the rest of the game. This was more effective back in Black and White when Paralysis cut opponent speed to a quarter rather than a half of its starting value, but it's still good here. It does mean that I need to use Icy Wind though to hopefully let my extremely slow Pokemon actually move first. If Regigigas can outspeed a paralyzed opponent, they need to be very, very wary, because its third move is Rock Slide. This is really weak when used by Slow Start Regigigas, but I'm not using it for the damage. I'm using it for the 30% chance to flinch my opponents. Given that Rock Slide hits both foes and stacks with the Paralysis chance to not move, I'm hoping to use Regigigas to turn the match into one of those rage bait games. The last move I'm using is Wide Guard, to provide some team-wide support by blocking spread moves like Fluttermane's Dazzling Gleam and Chiyu's Heat Wave. Regigigas is the only Regi to learn this move, and I think that it seems worthwhile. I did briefly have Confuse Ray in this slot to ruin my opponent's days even further, but given that Confusion only activates 30% of the time nowadays, I figured that Wide Guard's utility was a little bit more valuable, although Confuse Ray would definitely make my opponents more angry. While Regigigas gives me some tools to move before my foes, it's definitely not enough on its own. That's why the next Regi I knew I needed to figure out was Regieleki. Regieleki is the most important Pokemon on this team because it is my only Pokemon that can move before the majority of the field. Even Regidrago, the second fastest Regi, doesn't outspeed an Urshifu with an attack boosting nature, and Urshifu is considered to be solidly middle of the pack when it comes to speed. Here's the problem. Regieleki, even with its speed fully maxed out and a speed boosting nature, cannot outspeed a Fluttermane with a speed boost. Speed booster Fluttermane is the dominant set right now. Why? The other problem is what Regieleki actually does with its huge speed. It can Thunderbolt stuff, but there are so many Grass-type Pokemon that are good right now, many of which can use redirection moves to force Thunderbolt to target them. Also, the main Pokemon weak to Electric right now either run defensive Terras or the Focus Sash item to keep themselves safe. Of course, I already told you that Regieleki doesn't get coverage moves, so it's not like it can use a better attack than Thunderbolt. So, question, what am I supposed to do? Well, I guess I can use moves that don't do any damage. Specifically, Reflect and Light Screen. These moves reduce all incoming damage by a third for the next 5 turns. Unless Regieleki is holding the Light Clay item, which mine is. This item extends the duration of these screens from 5 turns to 8 turns. I can use Regieleki's high natural speed to, hopefully, consistently set both screens up. And if Lucky survives, I can use Thunderbolt for damage or Electroweb for a little bit more speed control. One nice thing about Regieleki naturally being so fast is that it doesn't take a ton of training to outspeed Pokemon like Choice Scarf Urshifu, so I can instead put a ton of my points into its bulk. Now that I have my support sorted, I need to get some damage. There's 3 Regis I'll be looking to for this. First is Choice Band Regirock, trained to be as fast and as strong as possible. Regirock is certainly not the strongest Pokemon, but with the 50% damage boost from Choice Band, it can do respectable damage. Its clear body ability prevents its stats from being lowered, meaning Incineroar doesn't look quite so intimidating to Reginald Rock. It won't be getting many one-hit KOs with Rock Slide, but thanks to its huge natural defense stat, it can hopefully stick around for a few turns. I'll use Stomping Tantrum to hit the steel types that resist rock, as well as a Terra type of Ghost paired with Terra Blast to threaten a one-hit KO on Fluttermane. My final move is Explosion, for some huge damage in a pinch. The second attacker is Registeel, and that may seem strange given that Registeel is a defensive wall. What allows Registeel to be offensive is a move that it got in Sword and Shield, called Body Press. This move uses the user's defense stat instead of its attack stat when calculating damage, and that means that if you use the move Iron Defense to double your defense, you're also doubling the damage of Body Press. Registeel is probably the best Pokemon on this team. With its great natural typing and bulk, it's able to get an Iron Defense off reliably, especially when supported by Regieleki's screens. It can threaten Fluttermane with Heavy Slam, it heals itself with Leftovers, and its defensive Terra type of Water gives me a second resistance to Urshifu, who can ignore its defense boost because its signature move Surging Strikes always crits. I'll be playing to a Registeel win condition a lot with this team, betting everything on it being the Pokemon to bring the game home for me. The third attacker is Regidrago, who's trained to be as fast and strong as possible, even using a speed boosting nature. While it is true that Regidrago is by far the strongest Regi in the current format, that actually works against me here. Regidrago needs a lot of help to reach its full potential, with moves like Tailwind to allow it to attack first, and strong offensive steel type partners like Goldengo to clear bulky fairy types who it really can't damage. I don't have any of these good partners, which makes Regidrago much less reliable. And because it's already being used, people have explicit counters on their teams for it. See, what allows Regidrago to be so strong is its signature move, Dragon Energy, which is exceptionally powerful, but only while Regidrago is at full HP. The more HP it loses, the weaker the move gets. And let me tell you, these drops add up quickly. In order for it to be at full HP, you really want to be attacking first, something that I simply cannot guarantee with this team. So I'm going to use the Life Orb item, which gives all my moves a 30% damage boost, but causes me to lose 10% of my HP every time Regidrago hits something. This has anti-synergy with Dragon Energy, but I figure is probably worth it to boost up Draco Meteor and Earth Power, since if I get 2 attacks off with Regidrago anyway, I feel like that's a net positive. Now there's only one Pokemon left, and it's one that I have been struggling to make work. It's Regice, and it's a real pain. I've been using this Assault Vest set to make it like super specially bulky, but it just doesn't feel like it's doing enough damage. The move pool is so limited though that I'm having trouble finding anything else that I can do. As I play more and more with the team, I begin to notice a few matchups that feel extremely difficult and maybe even unwinnable. The first is Dondozo. If they Terrastallize to Grass, which is common, they will resist Regieleki, outspeed and KO Regidrago, and shrug off all damage from Registeel and Regirock. My only hope is to use Regigigas to slow them down, but even then, I can't do damage quickly enough. And also, they have 3 more Pokemon even if I get through Dondozo. The second weakness is Raging Bolt, specifically Terra Fairy Raging Bolt with some kind of special defense boost like Calm Mind or Assault Vest. My team has basically no way of hitting fairy types outside of Regi Steel, and Raging Bolt is so heavy that Heavy Slam doesn't even do a quarter of its health. With its high special attack stat, it rips through my team before I can get rid of it. The third weakness is Urshifu Rapid Strike. Pretty much any and all sets. I can beat them with good play and good luck, but if they play well, it nearly always feels impossible. So I'm looking through the moves that my Pokemon learn, trying to think of anything that I can use against these Pokemon. And I come up with an idea for Regice. An idea that, to be clear, is completely absurd, even for me. An idea that, in theory, gives me a tool against all three of these monstrous threats. Okay, Urshifu first. If I train Regice completely in its HP and defense, and I use a defense boosting nature, I can actually survive close combat. If I give Regice Rocky Helmet, I can deal damage whenever Urshifu damages me, and I can use Thunderbolt on it to hopefully get a KO. Surging Strikes hits 3 times, which means 3 Rocky Helmet activations, which would take half of Urshifu's HP, and I can encourage them to use Surging Strikes with a Terra type of Ghost. That's not the real reason for Ghost Terra though. See, Regice learns the move Curse, which raises its attack and defense stats, but lowers its speed. You would never use this move normally because Regice is a special attacker, not a physical one. So why do I have it on this Regice? Because Curse has a different effect that only works if the user is a Ghost type Pokemon. In exchange for losing half of your max HP, you inflict a foe with Curse, causing them to lose a quarter of their HP every turn until they switch out or faint. Dondozo cannot switch, and if I can just get rid of 2 of Calm Mind Raging Bolt's partners, neither can it. I have no idea whether or not this will work, and if I can be truthful, I suspect that it will not. But I do know that it is the only thing I can think of that will make some of these matchups even remotely playable. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. If I pull this off in tournament, you subscribe to the channel. Seem fair? It's kind of a win-win, since if I can pull this off in Scarlet and Violet, just imagine what I'll be able to do in Champions. So with my team of 6 Regis, I entered an online tournament with over 150 players. With this many players, there's 8 rounds in the first phase, and if I win 6 of them, I'll make it to the top cut bracket. That is probably a little bit too ambitious, so I will say that I'll be happy if I can get 4 wins. It's not going to be easy, particularly because my first opponent has a team with both Urshifu and Terra Fairy Calm Mind Raging Bolt. Okay, I am here, and I'm feeling optimistic, baby. Mono Regi challenge, 6 Regi challenge, Mono Regi. My favorite type of Pokemon is the Regi. The reason I'm feeling optimistic is not necessarily because this is a good idea or because I think that this is going to go well, but you have to understand that the last challenge video I did was 6 bug types. And maybe you're thinking, okay, well, there's like, dozens of bug types. How much worse is it to have, all that variety compared to only having 6 Pokemon? Like, yeah, the Regis are probably stronger. Like the 6th best Regi might be stronger than the 6th best bug type, but like you have so many more bug types to choose from. Is it really that much of a difference? And at least in testing, I felt much more optimistic about the Regis. I am freed from bugs. I feel like somebody exterminated my team builder. It feels good. There's no Regi bug. If they make Regi buggus, then we'd be talking. Then that challenge would have been a lot easier. But yeah, tournament should start any minute. I started recording when the tournament was allegedly starting, so I guess I'm just talking to nobody. On stream, this feels normal. Since I'm off stream, it doesn't feel normal. I feel very self-conscious. Don't look at me. And that's the end of that thought, because my round is up. Incineroar, Rillaboom, Urshifu Rapid Strike, Flutter Mane with Perish Song. That's actually quite annoying. Protect Moonblast Thunder with Perish Song, Flutter Mane, okay? Raging Bingus with Calm Mind. At first glance, I thought this was pretty good for me, but now, oh, it is Follow Me Ogerpon. No taunt on the Incin. Like, Registeel looks really good here, but I do need to watch out for Flutter Mane. Fun. Okay, so the thing about Raging Bolt is that I hate playing against it. It's Fairy Terra. Let's see here. So I think that first of all, Regieleki seems pretty strong to me. They have potential dual fairy types, right? Okay, so Regieleki is pretty good here. Regieleki, they don't have Icy Wind on the Flutter Mane. Basically, my Registeel beats most of these Pokemon with Water Terra. However, it doesn't necessarily beat Raging Bolt, which is a big one because I can't just Calm Mind my way through. And it also doesn't really beat Flutter Mane with Perish Song specifically. So I kind of have 2 options here. I like Regieleki in the lead, I think. I think I have to choose between what I basically decide what I'm bringing in the back. I kind of want to go with my default mode game 1 and then figure it out from there. I didn't actually bring Regice in practice, but it feels in theory pretty decent here. Let's try this game 1, and if they build around Calm Mind Raging Bolt, then I will have to adjust for game 2 with Curse Regice, I think. Basically, this is really, really tough into a Raging Bolt lead, but against most other things, it should be okay. I'll prioritize getting Reflect up, although it's kind of like half and half, right? Because Urshifu ignores Reflect anyway, with Surging Strikes at least. So, okay, yeah, standard game plan here, try and disrupt early on. They don't have Swords Dance, which is really good for me. So yeah, we'll go from there. Like, I can't afford to lose too much ground here or else they'll kill me with Parasong. Also, I don't think Heavy Slam's gonna kill Fluttermane, so I need to get some chip on it. We don't want to see Raging Bolt in the lead. Raging Bolt is really difficult for the Regis, with Fairy Terra and Calm Mind specifically. That's about the worst case scenario, actually. Okay, that's not good. That is really bad. Yeah, I guess I needed Regice in the lead here. Let's see here. So I kind of didn't leave myself many options to beat this, like right away. Let's try this. Reflect and Thunder Wave. Get something out of the turn regardless. I think that like with a Raging Bolt centric game plan, what I brought is gonna be pretty difficult. Okay, they go for Fake Out. I guess I could have read that, but I didn't want to. Okay, 8 turns of Reflect, which is okay, but it's, yeah, this is gonna be a real problem about now. Here's Calm Mind. So the one thing is that as long as I don't Terra, actually, it's kind of okay, right? I think I should go for Light Screen, though, yes? Light Screen, and I think what I'm going to try and do is not Terra my Regi Steel. Light Screen, Thunder Wave here. Yeah, they're going to start the battle off with +2 or +3, which is really bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay, Light Screen comes out, so that's good. 8 turns of Light Screen. My Horsepower comes out. Does a lot of damage, actually. Yeah, this is where it gets challenging. I don't really have an answer for this. I don't have one in the team builder. But it's not like so bad though, because I hit Thunder Wave here. And then what I'm gonna try and do is slow down this Raging Bolt. I'm going for Steel here for sure. Like basically Registeel has to be the win condition. I need to Icy Wind it at least once because of Regirock later. I wasn't allowed to lead this, I think, in hindsight. I think I'm too weak to Calm Mind Raging Bolt. Like I could have thought about doing Regidrago here. That's okay, we'll figure it out. Thunder Wave, getting 1 Thunder Wave down is good. And I'm 3 turns into my slow start. The Dragon Pulse into Regigigas. That's not gonna do too much, even at +2. Regigigas is very tanky. Here's Icy Wind. That's excellent. I drop the speed of Raging Bolt. It's leftovers, right? Yeah, great. Terra? Okay, Madge. Doesn't do too much. That's fine. Okay, now I can start popping off. My Registeel is gonna heal a ton. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna predict the Rillaboom to switch out because the opponent's playing well. Let's pay attention here. My Registeel is now faster than the Raging Bolt, which is really good to know. So I don't really need a second Icy Wind, I think. I'm gonna go for Iron Defense here, and I'm gonna Thunder Wave into the Rillaboom slot, predicting a switch. Okay, they switched. The thing is, even with this prediction, I'm still pretty far behind. I also could miss Thunder Wave. This is probably Urshifu, right? Or Ogerpon? Fluttermane, hello. I mean, getting a Thunder Wave on this thing is excellent. Like, it's really important. I go for Iron Defense because I'm faster. They have Thunder Wave as well. I gotta watch out for that. Calm Mind again, so they're now +3, which is not great, to be honest. Like, my Registeel can win this, but how? The thing is, hang on, wait, they can't go for Parasong, right? Because if they go for Parasong, then Raging Bolt has to switch as well. And with both of our, like all of our Pokemon paralyzed, or like 2 of their Pokemon paralyzed, I should say. Last turn a Grassy turn as well, right? And this is last turn slow start. It doesn't even tell me. I have to keep track of myself. Oh my God, I'm Iron Defensing again. And I'm going for another Icy Wind here. I think that's useful. Oh, interesting, okay. So they're gonna go for damage then, I guess. And just try and get me on the last turn. So I'm +4 now. Oh, my slow start. I worked so hard. Oh, man. Well, that's not good. That's not good. Hello? Hello? That sucks. That's really bad. Like, I was actually doing okay. And all of a sudden, now I'm not. I think with that crit, I've just lost. Like, actually. I think they can actually just Thunderclap me here and I'll die. Like, Thunderclap plus Moonblast since they're +3. I'll try and kill the Raging Bolt here and go for Rock Slide. Like, okay, it's not necessarily over. I guess I need to kill the Fluttermane as well. I needed that Icy Wind. I needed the Icy Wind and I needed to keep my Pokemon alive for another turn. Getting crit was pretty bad. I only took 2 attacks. How did I get crit? Okay, that's a big deal. Wait, they're not, wait. Don't miss. Oh, they had Protect. Oh, man. Okay, it's still a big deal, but it's now a worse big deal for me. Rock Slide. Huge damage from Regirock. That's a big deal. Although, like, I've taken so much damage, I don't see how I could possibly win this. Yes? Who agrees? Even if I get a kill on both Mons here, which doesn't seem super easy to do. I guess I Body Press and Rock Slide here. Like, I'm gonna have to switch out next turn, but that was always gonna be true, right? At least I have a turn or 2 left of, yeah, the issue is unless they let me get the Raging Bolt here, I'm in pretty big trouble. It's not impossible for me to win. They switch Fluttermane out, so something takes a Rock Slide here. The question is, what are they doing with Bolt? I assume this is Rilla? Yeah, okay. Like, because I've spread the paralyses, it's not necessarily over. It's just looking bad. This turn's important. Oh, they thunderclapped. Okay, good job, Regi Rock. My goat. Okay, is that gonna be enough? I don't think so. Oh, that sucks. Okay. So here, I imagine they just go for like high horsepower plus thunderclap. Okay, hold on a second. What if the last Pokemon was like Incineroar or Ogerpon? Like, there's actually a world where what I do here is I predict. Hang on, I could win this. I could predict the thunderclap, predict them to like, and sacrifice my my Registeel instead, and try and win the game with Regirock. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for it. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is pretty risky. Basically, this is calling that they're going to. Like, because they have damaged Flutter Mane in the back, my prediction here is that they're gonna go for high horsepower and Thunderclap to try and cover for both rather than switch out. I made the wrong play. I made Giga the wrong play. It is Incin though. Okay, it's actually winnable. Like, it's not easy, but it is possible for me to win if I get the body press off here. Okay, they fake outed, but it was the wrong slot. I'm gonna kill them, right? But then do I have the damage to beat the Bolt? Or like, is the Bolt Thunderclap just gonna kill me now? The big question. What's the Terra type on Incin? It's Citrus Berry Ghost, so that's not good. Like they were playing to a Perish win condition, right? Okay, it's not, I could win this. I could win this. I lose Reflect though, which is actually okay. I don't really need Reflect anymore. And I get one more turn of light screen left. See who comes out here. It is Bolt again, okay. So if I'm them, I have two options here. I can Terra Ghost, Terra Blast, and read the Terra Ghost from Incin. All in. I didn't miss a Terra, right? I'm calling Protect Raging Bolt and Terra Ghost Incin knockoff. And I may have overthought it. They don't know that my Regirock is probably faster than their Bolt, which is, okay, here's the Terra. I need it to Electro Web probably. We need this to be Protect Raging Bolt, basically. Protect Raging Bolt! Do it! It's such a good move! Okay, I mean, I got the call correct, but the thing is, my light screen wears off this turn, right? Also, they could be faster than me. I guess I didn't check. No way, not with that little damage. Okay, okay, Terra goes Terra Blast into Incin. Oh, Regirock, are you gonna be able to do this, buddy? I really don't know. The Grassy Terrain Healing could take me over the edge. It's leftovers Raging Bolt. Oh, it's so close. Regi gets this Thunder Wave from earlier, might turn the tides here. I am faster than them, that confirms it at least. 70 HP. No, there's no way I die, right? There's no way. Light screen wears off, I might die. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't have a better play, right? I have to make the move regardless. Here's Flutter Mane. Is that in Thunderbolt range? I'm assuming it's max HP, right? So I would Terra Blast here. I guess there's no point going for Electro Web, right? Terra Blast, Thunderbolt, let's do it. Okay, here it comes, Regirock, you gonna survive? I played so well and it didn't matter. I'm kind of bummed about that. It was a roll. It was a roll if they're like, it was probably a roll in my favor. Even if they're max special attack, I was probably gonna do it. Oh man, I couldn't do anything about that. Okay, but I mean, I think it's pretty good that it was so close given that I didn't bring anything for Raging Bolt. So I guess now the question becomes, how do I beat this Raging Bolt? Thunderbolt is a quad resist. I should just forfeit. Not with all this leftovers and Grassy Terrain. Oh, I played so well too. I mean, I played well, but also I made some mistakes, right? So I can't be that upset. Okay, so for game 2, I think I definitely need Regi Ice. I don't know if I can afford Gigas again is the thing. Yeah, Gigas is just too much. Like, Gigas is so good, but it's also definitely dead weight here, like in 2. Do I die to this? I was probably supposed to live that Thunderclap. It depends. Let's say they were like a medium amount. I was probably, it depends. Maybe they're just max, right? Then I would have died. Probably. Like it was still, it wasn't even guaranteed at max special attack. Okay, so what do we learn? I think that I never brought this Regi Ice set to a single game. I think that I have to bring it here. I think I have to bring Regi Ice. Regirock was pretty good, although it was partially good because of all the paralyses. Oh, this is tough. Yeah, Calm Mind Raging Bolt is difficult. Like I literally only have Regi Ice for it. So I think I have to do Ice, Alecki, Rock, Steel. I don't think Drago is good here. Like they have, the biggest threat is the Raging Bolt, which totally could Terra. Yeah, I can't let them just click whatever they want for free for 100 turns in a row. The thing is my Regigeist is very weak. Like it's the weakest possible Regigeist. So against Assault Vest Rillaboom, Ice Beam does like 30%. I did not think this through. Yeah, because Ice Beam does like, it's not even gonna it could 3-hit KO. Like that's the state that we're in right now. And if my health ever drops below 50%, I just can't like lose that option. Let's see here. Okay, Incin plus Bolt, that's interesting. I think I'm gonna go Terra Ghost Ice Beam here. It's like pretty bad if it doesn't work though, right? But then again, what am I supposed to do? Maybe I could switch into Regirock and go for Reflect here. They don't know that I'm super bulky, but I guess with my set, it kind of is obvious. Incin plus. Okay, they protect. This is why I made this play, is because I thought they might protect. I reflect. Oh wait, but my oh wait, they were -1 last game, right? No, they weren't -1. Okay, that's not great, but it's also not terrible. I lose my choice band, which it's not great. Like I can Rock Slide plus Thunderbolt, but the thing about Rock Slide plus Thunderbolt is that now the Rillaboom gets to come in, right? Also, Rillaboom was kind of bad for them last game, so there's a chance that they don't have it. I'm actually surprised to see this Pokemon switch. I'm delaying my light screen by a turn. Oh, it is Rillaboom. Okay. I guess they're worried about Stomping Tantrum, but it's not very powerful, especially with the band. Okay, getting the Terra here is good, I guess. I get some damage down. I'm not gonna do that much here, but they're also, I guess they can Parting Shot Regieleki. Wait, okay, but here's the thing. Now that they've Terra'd, it means that if I get to +6, my Regi Steel is actually a real threat. Not much damage, but it will add up. And this could also flinch and activates the Citrus and gets important chip damage down. See here. Still have Regiace in the back. I have Reflect. Goes for knockoff. So I lose all my clay. That's pretty bad, right? At least I got my 8 turns of Reflect active. Go for Electro Web as one option and go for Light Screen as the other. Electro Web versus Light Screen. I think Light Screen is probably better here. It was Electro Web. It was Electro Web. Sorry. This is the wrong play. I needed to Electro Web this turn because I need to get Iron Defense off next turn without taking damage. I forgot about the speed order. Yeah, this is the wrong play. Yeah, because I need to Electro Web. It'd be really nice if I survive. They actually hard switch, so that's decent. It means that one of my Pokemon doesn't take any damage here. Who's this? Bolt again? Okay, so I get the Light Screen up to deal with the Bolt. Okay, I made the right play. Like, kind of by accident, but still counts. Okay, I take a little damage, they take a little damage. I have both screens up for like 5-ish more turns, maybe 6 on Reflect. Like, I kind of feel like they're gonna go into Instant here, right? And go for like a knockoff or something. I Iron Defense for sure, and I either go for Electro Web. I honestly don't hate Electro Web here. It allows me to move before their Raging Bolt if they want to start setting up and race me. It covers for a Flutter Mane switch in like half decently and gets a little chip down. And I don't really have great switch ins here. They actually stay in, so they're gonna try and KO my I forget. They're still faster, even at -1. I might survive this. Oh god, you're so good. Okay. Iron Defense. I am faster than the Bolt, though, which is a pretty big deal. On mine, so they are racing me, which is not good at all. And I have no item. Let's think about the positioning here. I have no item on the Regieleki. I have no item on my Regirock. I have +2 Registeel, still slower. I think Iron Defense switch to Regiice is half decent here because it doesn't look like I don't think I'm gonna need Regiice to beat this Bolt since it can't Terra anymore. The only question is it worth it to go for a second Iron Defense or does Body Press KO Rillaboom? Pretty unlikely to KO. I think I go for second Iron Defense because Flutter Mane or Insect could switch in here as well. So I think Iron Defense and switch to Ice is fine. They're either gonna Grassy Glide here or they're going to switch. And I think Regiice is decent into both. Regiice is also faster than their Rillaboom. They switched. Okay. So worst case scenario here, I guess, is Flutter Mane. That's a long name. Let's play Flutter, right? Oh, it's Instant again. Okay. I Iron Defense again. Dragon Pulse. Okay. But it doesn't do very much because of the light screen. So that was a good play by both of us, I guess. I'm inclined to go for a third Iron Defense here and go for Ice Beam here. I need to get chip damage on it. They fake out into Registeel, okay. They go for Calm Mind again, all right. I need to break out of this fake out blender at some point. Also, my screens are wearing off. I'm not sure I can rely on Curse anymore. Now that they're +2, I'm a little bit nervous. I did nothing. Freeze? It doesn't even matter. They Flare Blitz. Regiice. Why is my Registeel faster than my Regiice? That's not supposed to happen. It doesn't have max IVs. That makes a difference here because it means I'm slower than I think Raging Bolt. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm gonna Iron Defense again. Nice Beam. Hey, I should have protected, I guess. My bad. Oh god. Okay, if the Raging Bolt attacks first, then it's because of the speed difference. Oh, I'm really nervous now. Yeah, my Regiice is supposed to be faster than my Registeel. That is really unfortunate. Oh, Regiice, you're so good! You're my GOAT! Okay, I'm now +6, but my light screen is gone. I think I just sack. I think I have to trade 1 for 1 here. The thing is, I don't have Protect on any Mons left. Okay, they protected. This sucks. Okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Hey, I lose my leftovers, and I get crit. I get crit again. They crit me game 1? It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Oh, wait. How does Curse work? You know, it actually is messed up because it was like, if I had the right speed IV, I could Curse the Raging Bolt. Like I could still do it. It's still like a win condition, right? And then just win with Regi Rock or Regi Steel. Oh, getting crit there makes a huge difference because now Rillaboom gets to come back in. It could also just be Urshifu, which would be bad. Okay, it's Rillaboom again. I've done a lot of damage to this thing. Like they have fake out of, like think about it. If I could go for Terra Ghost Curse this turn, then like everything would be different. I don't know my Terra for anything else. I'll go for it. Okay, it's a 50-50 chance here that Curse will target correctly. And I'm basically predicting them to go for fake out into my Registeel here. Okay, in a perfect world, they fake out into Regi Ice and Calm Mind. Okay, fake out comes out. See, if I was faster here, things change. Calm Mind? Thunderclap. Okay. I should have protected. I knew I should have protected. Okay. Registeel's flinching, which is bad. Very bad. But here's, and this is where the thing from earlier matters. I don't know who I hit, but Regi Ice goes down if it's a curse. Okay. Is it even possible to win anymore? The answer is no, right? Because I'm in Grassy Glide range. It's all because I got crit there. Oh wait, did I hit Rillaboom? Oh my god. Ah, gosh. My god. I mean, there's nothing I can do anymore. Yeah. I mean, Calm Mind Raging Bolt is pretty hard, but I think that I think this didn't go especially well with like variance. I have to just go for it, right? This wouldn't even KO even if it worked. Like I overthought it. I really overthought it. I think that this was an unfortunate first game, first set, first matchup. Yeah, I think that a lot had to go wrong here. Not had to go wrong here, but it was a difficult matchup and a lot did go wrong. Yeah, and I think once I found myself in this end game, it was just too difficult. Yeah. I think my game 2 plan was pretty solid actually. So okay, it's okay. GG's. So it's a rough one. Okay, but I forgot that curse worked when you were still below 50%. So that's something at least. I think it was closer than it looked. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I think I'll fix my Regi Ice's stats and go from there. And I will simply not get crit in the future games. Yeah, maybe I was a little too optimistic, but it's okay. It's okay. I knew that Calm Mind Raging Bolt specifically was hard. I knew Calm Mind Raging Bolt and Dondozo were hard. And I think overall, I think future rounds will go better, trust. Okay, as it turned out, Regi Ice was not only missing speed EVs, it was also missing defense EVs, which could have would have been better had that not been the case, but that's okay. I'm here with round 2, and my opponent is an interesting team. They have a team that seems similar to like conceptually to mine in the sense that they have this really bulky core with a lot of disruptive support Pokemon, and they seem to want to like try and set these up. So I think the biggest threat here is they have this Thundurus, which has Rain Dance, and they have our Caledon, who has Assault Vest and Electro Shot. So I basically think that if I were in their position, what I'd be trying to do is use Thundurus to disrupt my team, and then yeah, basically just go nuts from there. In order to beat this, I need to be really intentional because I also have Urshifu plus Thundurus as an option. I think my Regidrago looks very strong here. Is it's like my best first option, but the thing is that if I lead Regidrago, I could find myself in some trouble against some of these more offensive pieces. Alternatively, I could just lead Regidrago and accept that I'm getting like Thunder Wave, go from there. I actually don't hate that. Maybe a Lecky plus Drago here, try and clear Thundurus on the first turn and then deny Rain Dance that way. I might have to Terra here, but I think that's okay. I think it's worth Terastallizing to survive a hit. And then last mon, none of them are great. Is it crazy to bring Gigas here? It's really good. It's Wide Guard is nice. Does Moltres have only Air Slash and Snarl? So basically it means that they can only Air Slash me. I think it's okay to bring this. My goal is just to clear Thundurus and then try and win the game from there. Landorus Moltres. Okay, I wasn't expecting that at all. Good thing I have Gigas in the back. I could just switch in Wide Guard here if I wanted, or switch Protect and then go for a Wide Guard. Like they're probably gonna go for Earthquake here, right? They're Scarf Landorus. I am faster than them. I think I can go to Gigas safely here and just click Protect and then Wide Guard Dragon Energy turn 2. Basically, like I ideally want to play this slow. Like I like the idea of yeah, using like playing the game slow here, but I also don't need to. I expect this to be something like Earthquake plus Fire Wrath here. Which looks scary, but you have to consider that they don't really have a switch into Dragon Energy here. The real question is, how fast is this Moltres? It's probably pretty bulky, right? There's Earthquake, but Gigas is so tanky. I mean, this is Landorus Theory, and the one's king of the game. It does like, yeah, like not very much there. Moltres is base 90, so it's theoretically possible if it's really fast to be faster than me. Oh, I'm still above 50. My God. Okay, I just go Wide Guard and Dragon Energy here. I'm gonna give the Moltres a special attack boost, but I don't think that's such a big deal. There's not really great counterplay for them to this. Okay, they do switch, so I expect this to be Cresselia. Otherwise, I'm doing a ton of damage here. Let's use faster between. Oh, it's Urshifu. Hello. Hello. I guess I didn't need to Wide Guard, but I felt like it was worth doing. Wow, Gigas looks so cool. I love Gigas. Okay, this is a matchup where Gigas can actually do stuff, and it's not even that good for Gigas. Okay, they are slower than me. Does this kill? Hello? 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 My God. Reginald Dragus. My God. Okay, Landorus is back out, but good luck dealing with this one. And Thunderous. Okay, so wait, if they lock into, hang on, wait, if they lock into Rock Slide or Earthquake, then Wide Guard shuts them down for the rest of the game. I'm gonna be a big dog. I'm gonna Thunderwave the Landorus. I go Thunderwave. I Thunderwave the. Regigigas. Behold the power of my Regis. My God. Okay, now we're cooking. Okay. Now we're cooking. Protect Regidragus. Okay. Let's see here. I mean, surely it's Terra Blast, right? The thing is, now my Alecki goes nutso. Oh no! They did what I wanted to do. Madge, Thunderwave. Okay, my Gigas is the true Thunderwave master, though. Trust. Oh, wait, I have Steel in the back. I'm never losing this game. Nah, I'm losing this game! My God. Okay. I think I'm allowed to go for anything that I want. I think I could Thunderwave and switch to Alecki here, or I could Wide Guard, or I could switch to Steel. Like, I'm not dying to a double. Honestly, Thunderbolt surely kills Terra Flying Landorus, right? I would like to find out some information here. I'd like to know who's faster between my Regidrago and their Thunderous. Okay. They are faster. They hit both. I survive. So that's good. So as long as Drago doesn't miss, I'm in pretty good shape here. Let's see if I get paralyzed on Drago. They're faster than me, which I guess makes some sense. I connect. Let's see if they die to this. That's like the really important information. They do get one shot. So Regidrago looks very strong here, given that context. Very, very strong. I am going to go down here, but yeah, now I have Registeel and Regialucky against Choice Locked Landorus Therian, which I don't think is a positive matchup for them. I go for Icy Wind. Great. Cool. So now what? I get the speed drop. This also is nice because it hides that my Alecki's faster. I think they probably know that I'm faster since like even moderately speedy Alecki is always faster here, but yeah, I'm not complaining. Okay, Gigas was really good here. Alecki KOs the Landorus. Cool. Okay, so that was a clean game 1 win, although the crit and the Moltres certainly helped. I can probably play a little bit more aggressively game 2 with Wide Guard. I think what I'm afraid of is, what do I do if they lead with Thunderous? You know what I mean? Ah, they'll miss Thunderwave, right? They'll miss Thunderwave. I feel like that was actually a pretty decent game plan, to be honest. Like, I'm thinking, okay, what if they lead Thunderous plus Urshifu? But I can just go for Reflect plus Draco Meteor into Thunderous. Because once Thunderous goes down, my Registeel becomes a lot scarier. They could go for Cresselia as well. Is it Terra Fairy? It is Terra Fairy on the Cresselia. But how bad is that? I mean, it's Terra Fairy Moonblast, but if they use the Terra Fairy on the Cresselia, like what I'm worried about here is like Thunderous plus Archaludon, right? But what I brought was good though. Like the thing is that against Terra Fairy Cresselia, I guess I just set up my Registeel to +6 and eventually win that way. Yeah, I think the thing about this is that they actually don't have that many answers to my Registeel. Putting them in a position where, what am I saying? Where they Terra Cresselia means that they lose one of their defensive answers to Registeel, which is like Terra Bug Archaludon. Okay, Crest Thunderous. This is what I was afraid of, but it's probably okay at the same time. I have Light Screen available here. I'm tempted just to click Protect. It doesn't protect. I'm gonna Light Screen and Protect here. I'm fine using Regidrago just to clear Thunderous, I think is the statement that I'm willing to make. This gives me 8 turns of screens, of Light Screen at least, which is useful. They switch out actually, so who's coming in? Moltres, all right. I almost Thunderbolted, which would have been certainly an interesting play for me. They actually don't Terra. I guess, you know, I could Terra as well. Moltres plus Drago. They go for Trick Room. Okay, interesting. I mean, I don't care if Trick Room goes up, I think is my official position. I think I could Reflect to be safe, but like I kind of feel like what's the point? Who am I reflecting against? There's like nothing. I'm gonna switch Steel and Gigas in. And then you know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start clicking Rock Slide and just go for flinches. Yeah, get some chip damage down. Oh, okay, chip damage is kind of ambitious, an ambitious phrasing. But I think that with +2 defense, it's gonna be pretty difficult for them to break through my Registeel. I just need to make sure I clear the Thunderous at some point. Let's see if they go for Terra Fairy here on the crest. Like I thought they were gonna go for it earlier. Also, if I just gone for an aggressive play, okay, they just Moonblast. Maybe I switched in the wrong order. Ah, it's fine. I can afford 15 damage. Snarl. Regigigas has minus special attack. Okay, it is relevant for it is relevant because of Icy Wind. But here I'm in a position where the best thing that they can, or like the most threatening move that they have here is to go for Thunder Wave. And I'll go for Rock Slide here. So with my, actually this is a situation where Slow Start is working for me because inside Trick Room, I'm not using Rock Slide for the damage. I'm using it for the chance to flinch them. It could add up on the Moltres. It's gonna do like 10%. All right, that's pretty good. Good job, Regigigas, you're goated. And I have Iron Defense, so here Trick Room is actually working against them as both my Pokemon are slower. So let's see if they flinch here. They're gonna use Thunder Wave, but they're gonna miss. So the odds, oh, they're goated. Oh, whoa, wait, that's so cool. Good job. Wait, that's pretty sick, okay. However, the issue is you've used a move to Thunder Wave yourself. And in doing so, you've used a turn trigger bend, and I'm not under much pressure here. I actually even have access to wide guard if I want. Like I can wide guard. I'm making a rock slide again because I don't want to get thunder waved. And this increases my odds of dodging the thunder wave. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool play, but you are gonna have to deal with my plus now, well, right now 2, eventually 6 Regi Steel at some point. They switch Cresselia out, so they're comfortable letting the paralysis stick around. I guess they're gonna go into like Thunderous here. Oh, that cannot be good for them. Okay, there are 0 answers to on their team to what I'm doing here, which is boosted Regi Steel. Okay, they go for Fire Breath, so they're going for flinches, which is okay. And crits, I guess. Regigigas is getting lower. We don't want to get flinched on this turn. Okay, the Rock Slide doesn't really matter. Okay, I get, wow, big damage. Look at this. I mean, okay, it could put in a range of +4. Let's see if I flinch. Okay, I don't flinch. Okay, and now it's going to be harder to make me flinch because I'm clicking wide guard this turn. I feel like there's no reason not to go to +6. Like, in theory, like, if you look at this, this team is triple flying type and psychic type. Hello? Okay, wide guard comes out. I can no longer be flinched by Fire Wrath, so if they want to flinch me, they have to go for Air Slash. They go for Fire Wrath. Okay, I'm now at +6 defense on my Regi Steelus. Earthquake. I mean, like, what are you doing otherwise? U-turn? U-turn's not that threatening, right? I'm +6, straight up +6 in it. The U-turn, okay. Ooh, big damage. I guess I don't have Reflect up. Yeah, the thing is that Moltres can't touch Gigas with anything other than Air Slash with wide guard. Thunderous can't touch, sorry, I meant Steel. Well, like they can't do any damage here. I'm blocking all of their moves. It is worth noting that I can't really damage this Cresselia very easily, but it's also worth noting that I do not see a good way for them to get through Regi Steel, like at all. I'm gonna go for Body Press. I don't think that Moltres will live +6 Body Press. I'm comfortable saying that. Seems like a reasonable statement. I'm just gonna Body Press everything that's not Cresselia and try and play 10 against 1. Is Slow Start still active? I guess they Thunder Wave me this turn. I don't really want to get paralyzed, but they could Thunder Wave either Mon. Here's the Terra. Oh, maybe it's Moltres? Oh, it better not be Moltres. Oh, hello. The thing is, even if they get through what I have on the field right now, they still have to find an answer for Regidrago, right? And they just terrestrialized, I mean, one of their best, or well, I guess by terrestrializing Moltres, they lost access to one of their best options here. So Lunar Blessing is gonna come out. I guess what they want to do here is put me in a position where I'm giving them like boosts repeatedly. Air Slash into my Regi Steel. Nope, into Gigas, but they missed. My Thunder Wave into Cresselia. So I'm +6 defense. The Cresselia's Mental Herb. I think I can wear this thing down. The thing is with Thunder Wave, or with Lunar Blessing, I don't think this is like a super good use of my time. I thought they were gonna go for a Thunder Wave that turn instead of Lunar Blessing. They go for Fire Wrath. I guess a flinch on either Mon is kind of bad for me. They're just not doing any damage. Okay, Body Press comes out. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Oh, I missed. Moltres doesn't matter. Okay, that's fine. I'm doing this for the flinch chance. Paraflinch. My God. Hello. This team is optimized around getting lucky, so I'm quite upset that I haven't gotten lucky with my paraflinches. Okay, I got my act together. Enough messing around. Body Press and Rock Slide. Hello. Bonsoir. Okay, hold this for me. Thank you. Okay, Cresselia flinch. What have I done wrong? Okay, Steel, you got me, right? This Cresselia is goated. I don't care what anybody says. No, you. Oh, I'm actually, okay, I'm not making any progress. Who agrees with me? I gotta kill this Crest, right? I could wide guard to stop the Fire Wrath. Hey. Like, I'm not taking any damage, but I'm also not doing any damage. Stupid Cresselia. Okay, I blocked the attack. I'm basically hoping that they paralyze themselves this turn. It's like my hope. It is insane that my paraflinch team is getting paraflinched, and I'm not getting any of the rolls that I need. And now it really is a losing battle. I'm doing so much damage though. The thing is, one flinch on my end or para makes it all like for nothing, right? I guess I don't need Gigas on the field anymore. You know what? Yeah, okay, I'll just do this. I'm tired. I'm bored. I'm switching out. Like, I'm +6 defense, so I just need to get through the Pokemon on the field, right? And there's a couple ways that I can do that. Fire Wrath comes out. I am gonna paraflinch a bunch, but that's kind of okay. Oh my God, that did a lot. Hey, Lunar Blessing. All of my work for naught. Hello. Okay, that's good. That's really good. That actually may be in range of Thunderbolts. What do you think, chat? Yes or no? I guess +6 Body Press is actually quite strong now that I think about it. You think it's in Thunderbolt range? I'm gonna say yeah, right? And if it's not in Thunderbolt range, it is in range of Thunderbolt plus Body Press, so I just need to not flinch. Hey, they switch into Landorus. Like, it's all bad and it's all fine, you know what I mean? Like, once this Cresselia goes down, they're not gonna win the damage race. Probably. And I still have Reginald Dragus in the back, don't forget. They can't even Earthquake here. I'll go for a second light screen. Fire Wrath. Okay. Actually adding up. Yeah, that one makes sense. Okay, it's actually kind of adding up. But once I get Drago on the field, my life becomes significantly easier. I still have my Terra left as well. Okay, I'm gonna body press this slot. I hope I don't run out of PP. And I light screen. I guess I could lose on timer, right? Oh, they switched. Oh, are they going for Earthquake? Thunderous, okay. That was a really good switch, because now I lose a Lucky. They get a chance to crit. Oh, I don't even have Reflect up, do I? Or I don't even have yeah, Reflect up. Okay, I mean it's not doing any damage, but the problem is that there's a lot of problems. Okay, I go for body press here. I do half. I do more than half. I'm worried about running out of body presses. I'm also worried about getting crits. I have light screen up. I think I just go Drago and try and rip a hole in this team. Body press into Landorus and protect seems reasonable. Like they don't have switch-ins, right? I expect this to be Thunder Wave plus Earthquake, though I guess it could be also Wild Bolt Storm. Thunder Wave, okay, so I made the right play. It doesn't mean that it will work out. I mean, also if I get crit, I will probably just lose. I mean, actually, okay, it's actually not guaranteed. Let's see if I get crit here. Nope, I'm not taking much. Okay, cool. Okay, Landorus going down is a big deal. It means that now I'm in a much more aggressive position, and it's harder for them to do damage here as well. I think they'll go into Moltres here and go Thunder Wave Fire Wrath probably, and then it's like just chances to oh, it's Cresselia actually, but they can't. You know, I'm just gonna click body press into Thunderous and Dragon Energy here. What am I worried about? Terra Steel Dragon Energy. Do I need my Terra for anything else? I really don't. I guess this means no electric resistance anymore, but like if I get this Dragon Energy off, I will win the game. Thunder Wave, okay. So this is Moonblast or Lunar Blessing. They both make sense. They basically, I think, realized that they need some Paras to win, which is true. They go for Lunar Blessing, so I didn't need a Terra here, but also I didn't need Water Terra for anything else. And this gives me another Steel type, which is good against Air Slash in theory. Okay, here's Dragon Energy. This should KO Cresselia, right? Oh my god, okay, Regi Drago's quite strong. Didn't need a crit this time. Okay, cool. And that's gives me a pretty big lead. It's not necessarily over is the thing, because the problem is that with everything being paralyzed, all my Pokemon are slower. I could always Paraflinch to death, right? And I have Wide Guard, but that only helps me so much. Like Moltres it has no recovery outside of Citrus Berry. I think it's fine to just attack with both here. Protect, okay, give me some leftovers recovery. Okay. Okay. Ouch. I knew it was gonna happen. Like I can see the way that I lose this. I bring Gigas in on this turn. Oh, if I get Thunder Wave off, it changes. Hold on a second. I forgot that they don't have Cresselia anymore. Okay, I just need a Thunder Wave. They're stalling out my light screen, but I'm stalling out nothing. My light screen. I'm too slow. Oh, that's not good. Hello. Oh, but I take no damage. Dude, I've already eaten Citrus. Surely I have, right? Yeah. Okay, good damage. That's actually bad. That's actually really bad. Because now I don't two-shot. I think it's still probably worth it to click Wide Guard here, right? Also, am I gonna run out of body press PP? Because it feels like I am. I only have 3 left. I mean, if I hit 3 more, I win, right? They're probably gonna protect this turn, right? So I may as well, I'm gonna show Wide Guard. Okay. Let's see here. Increases my odds of Steel flinching, which is good. Okay, Air Slash misses into my Gigas. Good job, Regi Gigas. Body press comes out. Okay, now my position is looking very good. Oh, they're +2 though. Like it's probably okay, right? I think I have to Wide Guard. I think they have to hope that I get paralyzed like this. Okay, if they get Fire Wrath here. Okay. This Moltres, I got really lucky, but I don't think it mattered this turn. Okay, it didn't matter. This one didn't matter. Okay, and I was gonna win on time anyways, it looks like, but yeah, my god. That was certainly one of the games of all time. But hey, the Regis did it, okay? Thank goodness for Regi Drago actually being able to do damage, because yeah, ending up in a Thunder Wave, like, I never thought that I'd end up in a position with this team where I would be the one who, with everything paralyzed, and I was fighting through like Paraflinch. Like the whole point of the team is to do this to the other person, so yeah, my god. Anyway, GG's, I will see you for round 3. Okay, I'm here in round 3, and it's versus an interesting team. It's a matchup that looks, I think, somewhat difficult, because they have this Zap Plate, Terra Electric, Raging Bolt, and also I've realized that I don't really have an answer to Landorus. Like I used to have Flying Terra and Registeel, but I changed it because I thought water was better overall. But I'm realizing now, like into Landorus, it's kind of a problem. Like I actually don't have great answers. So I feel like I may want to bring my Regice here. It's 1 decent option. I don't imagine for a second that my Alecki can take a Landorus Earth Power in light screen, right? Yeah, not even close. I think given that, it actually looks fairly difficult. I could try something like Ice plus Gigas. It's a little bit weird. I don't think I've ever not led Regi Alecki with this team. Okay, what am I actually trying to do here? Let's think this through. Like, I'm trying to KO everything with Drago after speed control. So I need Gigas, I need Drago. I'm gonna try this. I'm not gonna bring Regi Ice game one. Maybe I'll spook them off of bringing it. I think they'll bring Landorus. It's really no reason not to. Like, my goal basically is get a speed drop on, like, get speed control, get rid of the Flutter main, and then Regi Drago looks really good here. I expect them to lose Okie Dokie because all my Pokemon are fighting weak. Okay, Flutter main instant is honestly fine. It's not like they have taunt or anything, right? So I can use this opportunity to set a screen right away. Oh, they have taunt on the instant, actually. I did not see that. That is not ideal. So I can't Thunder Wave anything, which is certainly bad. Speed booster. Okay, speed booster Flutter. I'm just gonna click Icy Wind then, and Light Screen. Yeah, and Taunt Instant I missed. Taunt Citrus Berry Grass Terra Instant is pretty rough for me. Oh, interesting. Gleam. Do they have Moonblast? They don't. Oh, no Moonblast. Okay, oh wait, Wide Guard means that my Gigas is fully immune to their Flutter Mane, which is pretty funny. Oh, Flare Blitz. That's not good. That cannot be good. Hello. I'm gonna get the Icy Wind off, which is good, yes. But the problem is what happens next. If I had Thunder Waved, I'd be in better shape, but I did not Thunder Wave. I think this was not a great turn one, truthfully. I get the Icy Wind off though, so Flutter Mane has partially lost its speed advantage. Ugh, this is tough. Like, I want to get an Iron Defense up, right? I'm probably faster than their instant. I'm actually almost definitely faster than their instant. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Thunder Wave here and Iron Defense here, I think. I want to Icy Wind again, but I think that there's a chance that instant just stays in. Like, okay, I'm not, I know it was like, it looks like a bad turn one and it certainly wasn't a good turn one, but the fact of the matter is that I got a little chip damage on, oh, I didn't think about this, but they can't drop my speed on my Registeel, so it's only Gigas. Okay, I get Iron Defense up. They don't have what's it called? They do not have knockoff. They taunt me, so that's bad in its own way, but it's also fine in its own way, right? Okay, I get the Thunder Wave off. That's a big deal. So Instant's now paralyzed. The chip damage is going to start adding up as well. I'm tempted to go for Heavy Slam and Rock Slide here. I'm actually not even sure if Heavy Slam plus Icy Wind plus Rock Slide will KO, but I think that it's a decent chance to probably. They don't have Pain Split. The damage is going to matter. This gives me a chance to flinch. I think this is worth it. I'm taunted, so I do need to watch out. They go for Shadow Ball. Okay, so this is good for me. I need, again, Flutter Mane is the most important Pokemon for me to remove. With Light Screen and Speed Booster, I'm not taking that much damage. Here's Heavy Slam. Oh, it gets the KO. Okay, that's a big deal. Is it a crit? No, okay. So if I get the flinch here, my position, I would say, looks actually pretty decent. Okay, I connect. Good job, Regigigas. Give me the flinch. I haven't gotten very many para flinches. I'd like to fix that. I don't know what's going on. Why can't I flinch? I'm doing all this work. Hello? Hello? They haven't terrored yet. Okay, this is, I know it looks probably not great, but the thing is that they have to have Landorus or Raging Bolt sent out here in order to be like actually threatening. And with Icy, like I'm just trying to set up for a Regi Drago win condition, right? It is Landorus. Ugh. So I'm tempted to go for Icy Wind plus Terra Water Body Press here. Here's my Terra. They don't Terra Landorus. They could be terroring Incin though. I guess if I was gonna, no, this is still the correct play. Yeah, because if once I get this, the Landorus doesn't have Substitute. So if I get a speed drop on the Landorus, then Regi Drago will just kill it. And it's Poison Terra, not Steel. So they go for Earth Power. This is gonna do a lot. 117 down to 51. I'm dead to another. In exchange though, I am gonna kill the Incin. So it's 2 versus 3, although Registeel is basically dead in the water. And I get an Icy Wind off. Please connect. It should connect. It's 95, right? Okay. -1. Wait, my God. Go Regigigas. Oh my God. How many turns are left until Slow Start wears off? I feel like I've been on the field for forever. Your act isn't together yet? Hello? Reginald Gigas. Oh, it's Ogerpon. Oh, okay. Ogerpon. Icy Wind plus Body Press feels good here. Okay, here's the Terra. This is presumably Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. I do not have Reflect up, so that's the one complicating factor. If they crit Gigas, there's a chance I'll die to Ivy Cudgel. I guess they're probably going for Sandsear Storm, right? I got a Thunder Wave. Maybe Thunder Wave is better. I just figured that if I get the Icy Wind off, I win the game. Like if I drop their speed, I should win the game. So here's Cudgel. Is it gonna crit? Regigigas is very bulky. This is Terra Water Ogerpon. A crit wouldn't have KO'd. Regigigas ends the turn with almost as much HP as it started with. Back in the green after a Terra Water Ivy Cudgel. Landorus goes for Sandsear Storm and misses. Registeel. Regigigas tanks it too. It's taken so many hits from Flutter Mane, from Ogerpon, from Incineroar. I don't know if it's gonna take it for Incineroar, from the strongest Pokemon in the game. Icy Wind comes out once more. Landorus barely survives, and Ogerpon is getting even slower. Registeel shakes up the taunt. Regigigas has his act together. Okay, Icy Wind again. Protect. Who would win? Regigigas with slow start at -1 speed, -1 attack, or Landorus Incarnate? Place your bets. So I'm losing Gigas this turn, but I'm gonna keep Drago in the back, and that's all I need to win. Horn Leech? Horn Leech. Hello? What are they going for? Oh, Regigigas pops off. Denies the KO from Landorus. Outspeeds Landorus. I truly thought that Landorus was going to win this 1 versus 1, but I had underestimated the power of Icy Wind Regigigas. And this is a big deal, folks, because in theory, it is possible to win without revealing my final Pokemon, which would be a huge deal. I'm actually not even going to click Thunder Wave again because I want them to think that I'm not going to click it, even though I want to click it very much. Go for Horn Leech. Registeel, super effective damage, doesn't care, takes the Horn Leech like a champ. Let's Okrabon heal up, only to take it all away the same turn using Body Press. A 5th, 6th Icy Wind. All Regigigas does is click Icy Wind, and yet that is more than enough. Okrabon speed drops, and Registeel +2 defense finishes the game. Generation 9 legendary Pokemon losing to Generation 3 legendary Pokemon, with a Generation 5 legendary Pokemon losing to Generation 4. Never mind, who cares? Anyway, this was good, but they didn't bring Raging Bolt, so yeah, it might not be that easy, but I think the important thing is that I set up pretty well. I set up pretty nicely, and like there to, yeah, I forgot that this could have gone worse. Like I think the leads favored me. Gigas was really good there. I was really pleased with how Gigas did. That was very impressive. I do need to watch out for Taunt Instant. I do think I can be a little bit more aggressive with Thunder Wave this game because I was so willing to click Icy Wind that last game. So I think Gigas in the lead makes sense. The thing is, like, if I lead a Lecky, there's just like, let's say they do Instant plus Landorus. Doesn't that look pretty bad from the beginning, right? I think it's okay because I think that they have to give me either a screen or speed control. Like Alecky's not that good here. It's just gonna, like, it's probably just gonna die in the first turn, but the problem is that what's the alternative? Regi Iced? Registeel lead? Like I don't think any of these are any better. I almost wonder if it's worth considering Ghost Terra on Regi Alecky. I don't really use it very often, or maybe ever, but I do feel like it could be worth considering here to give me both screens and buy me some time. Like I don't think I'll regret having, I mean, the only physical attackers are Okidogi and yeah, this is what I was afraid of, an Instant. So I don't actually need both screens, right? Yeah, I mean, I knew this was coming, but I don't have a good way to stop it. It's definitely Icy Wind. Let's say I tear a Ghost here, like assuming they have Flutter Mane in the back, which seems like a reasonable assumption. I'm gonna try it. I've never done this before. I'm gonna try it. I'm not even doing this because I think they're gonna fake me out. I'm doing it to survive the Earth Power or the Sandseer Storm. Hey, Fake Out comes out, that's fine. I just wanted to live the Earth Power. Play screen. They just go for Sandseer and they connect them both. Oh my God, I took a ton of damage, jeez. Okay, that was pretty bad, I think. I'm gonna go Thunder Wave here, and I don't think it's worth setting up Reflect. I'm gonna go Electro Web Thunder Wave here, because I think that either they tear it to poison or they protect. I don't think they just go for another attack here and let me Icy Wind them. Yeah, I think this lead is pretty difficult for what I did, unfortunately. I have Light Screen up, which is great. They would have, oh my God, I overthought it. Drop speed. I guess they don't really care about the chip damage. They go for Earth Power, actually. So Gigas takes it pretty well. This was a bad turn for me. This was a really bad turn, unfortunately. Okay, I am faster than Instant once their speed dropped. I guess I needed to prioritize getting rid of the Landorus because that allows my Registeel to win. I think I had bad macro here. Oh, they actually double me. And I get crit. And that's probably going to be, probably going to be all she wrote. I guess I'll go for Icy Wind here, and I could Wide Guard, but how much does that help me? Man, okay. They could miss. They could go for like Sandseer Storm and miss here. In fact, based on how they're playing, I kind of suspect that they don't need to. Earth Power is 100% safe. They go for it and they hit. Okay. Okay, it's all right. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, Landorus is pretty difficult. It's okay. It's okay. I honestly don't even know if it's 100% over yet. Great. And now the one time I get a para. Alrighty. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Well, I have Reflect up, which is okay. Like, I'm not willing to say, and they only have Gleam on the Flutter Mane. Oh, wait a second. They only have Gleam on Flutter. Hold on a second. Okay. It is possible that they're slow. I'm going to go for Dragon Energy and Iron Defense. Like, I don't think it's necessarily over yet. Honestly, like one bad turn and I'm back because Registeel can like 1v. Miss Draco. If I Draco Meteor there, my position would have been a lot better. Shoot. Okay. Yeah, I would have killed. Okay, that's all right. I should have Draco'd. I was greedy. I basically played as if I'd be faster or as if they'd miss. It is good to know that they're very willing to click Sandseer Storm because that is abusable. I get Iron Defense up. Let's see if they go for Flare Blitz here. They taunt. Okay. So I get the +2, but now I am susceptible. It's very sing-songy. Do you think they're in range of body press here? I think yes. I'm gonna body press and protect. I don't really, I'm willing to, like, I don't want to lose Drago here, right? I think it's still possible to win. Okay, if Registeel gets the kill here, if they miss again, okay, if they miss again, Registeel dodges it. Okay, and then body press kills. If body press kills here, we are fully back. Like, it's entirely possible to win. I wasn't serious. Sorry, I was not serious here. What is going on? The Flare Blitz. Okay. And since it's stuck on the field still, what's in the back? Like, Flutterman can't damage Registeel. I can kill Incineroar whenever, so it just comes down to whatever the last Pokemon is, I guess. Bolt. Raging Bolt? Raging Bolt? Raging Hello? Hololt? They haven't Terra'd yet. I'm pretty sure Earth Power plus Body Press will put this thing in range if I can get the attacks off. Here's the Terra. I assume this is electric. Okay, hang on a second. Are we about to 2 versus 4 this? Because it feels possible. It feels possible right now. I might be wrong. Like, this is Zap Plate, and it is a really strong Pokemon. But Earth Power is going to do over half. The thing is, I have this light screen up, right? Aleki may have gone down, and... What? Hello? Okay, Drago's down, but so is... I don't think Bolt's surviving this. I don't think Bolt lives +2 body press here. And they're not going for Parting Shot because I have Clear Body. Okay, I got the Terra and the KO. So what could be in the back that would beat me? I don't have Terra's the only thing. Do I lose to Okidogi? Gunk Shot, Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Upper Hand. I'll lose if they crit me. Flare Blitz. I guess I lose if they burn me here. But yeah, I mean, that's super effective. Flare Blitz, 120 base power move. I'm pretty sure it's going to burn. I'm shocked. I'm in disbelief. Hang on a second. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Registeel might clutch up 1 against 2 now. What's the last Pokemon? Ogerpon. That's not what they want. Oh, this is a heightened crit rate, though. And they've Terra'd now. So I definitely just body press here, right? Wait, they've Terra'd. So they have non-Terra Cudgel. How much is this going to do? Well, if it crits, it's going to do a lot of damage. Thank you for asking. I kill Instant. It's a 1 against 1. Okay, let's think this through. I wonder what's optimal here. What allows me to take the fewest amount of IV Cudgels? I also have Reflect for a couple more turns, right? Let's say they're like max HP. Oh, they have another physical attacker. I was smart to set up this Reflect. I didn't even think about that. Of course, it didn't matter because I got crit, but I go for Protect. I think the play is body press twice. Like, they can go for Spiky Shield, but with leftovers, it doesn't actually really outdamage me. And at +4, like +2 versus +... Oh wait, +4 might one-shot. Okay, so as long as I don't get crit here... Two out of 2 on IV Cudgel crits, okay. Not 3 out of 3, not 3 out of 3. That's how much it should have done, 16 damage. Registeel and Regidrago bring it home somehow. Registeel dodges 2 Sandsear Storms to come out on top there. My God. Okay, and that's going to be a win. That's going to somehow be a 2-0. So definitely not the cleanest win, but we will take those. We will certainly take those. And that was a nail biter at the end is what I will say. So we're 2-1 now. Feels better than I was expecting, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like you're seeing at least some of the concept of the strength of the team. Like, it's just difficult always to get into position. Anyway, I'll be back for round 4. Okay, I'm here with round 4, and the bad news is that it's the same. It's a very similar team to the one I lost to in round 1. It has that horrible, terrible Calm Mind leftovers, Terra Fairy, Raging Bolt, as well as Incineroar and Rillaboom. Yeah, I think it's actually pretty close to identical to the team that won EUIC. I just had some lunch, so I'm feeling revitalized. So I feel more like present and able to make good decisions. However, I do think that this matchup is spooky, to say the least. If it weren't for the Raging Bolt, I think it'd be totally passable. But with the Raging Bolt, I think it's a pretty big problem. So I think the big lesson from the first round is that Gigas is not allowed to come, unfortunately, because it's just so much of a dead space versus the Raging Bolt. So I think these 3 are pretty much a given. And for the last one, I think it actually should be Regice here. It's either Regice or Regidrago. The idea with Regice is that if you save your Terra, you can potentially beat the Bolt with Curse. Of course, there's lots of downsides with this, but it is possible, especially now that I have, Speed Ivy. The big downside though is that Regice really is only here for a late game versus Bolt. Otherwise, it's like somewhat not really effective. Though it's not terrible. The Incineroar is taunt, so it doesn't have Parting or doesn't have Flare Blitz. And Rocky Helmet could come in handy as well. I'm gonna try this game 1. I think in a perfect world, what I would do is not bring Drago game 1, make them think that they could afford to Terra a different Pokemon game 2. Like make them think that they don't need Terra for Bolt in game 1, so that in game 2 I can switch to Drago. Here we go, Flutterman and Ogerpon. It's not great. I don't believe I'm faster than this after a speed drop. That being said, Regirock is actually quite effective here. Do I want to go for light screen or do I want to go for reflect? Based on what I have in the back, I feel like light screen is... I feel like reflect is more important, but I think light screen is better at protecting Regirock. So I think I'll go light screen and rock slide here. There's not even a guarantee that this works, by the way. But rock slide just is a very, very powerful move. So I don't feel terrible clicking it. I don't even know if it'll two-shot the flutter because they tend to be so bulky. Okay, Ogerpon actually switches. So I think overall... this is not terrible. I expect this to be Urshifu? No, Rillaboom. That makes sense. I get the light screen up. Let's use faster between their Fluttermane and my Lucky. It's almost certainly their Fluttermane. I at one point it was max speed to Lucky, but you still don't even outspeed at max speed. So I figured, yeah, like what's the point? Icy Wind does a lot of damage there. Okay. I get a light screen up, which is good. Like 8 turns of light screen is definitely good. For sure, for sure. I get Rock Slide off as well. And I crit the... oh, that's not a crit. I just did that much damage. Hello. I mean, they have Ogerpon in the back. I think it's worth it to switch, reflect and switch. They seem to be relatively fast given how much my Rock Slide did. So I'm switching Regirock out. I do think that if it's in position, Regirock can be really strong here, but getting it into position is a little bit challenging. So they go for Thunder Wave. So a good prediction from them to call that I was switching. That's actually really bad for me. It's really bad. The good news though is that I get Reflect up. So I get 8 turns of both screens. I guess, oh, they covered for the, okay, they expected the Electro Web. That was a smart call from them. That might be a crit. That did a lot of damage. I guess, no, I'm just not used to how much that does. Okay, so let's take stock here. Do I think Fluttermane's gonna die from another Electro Web? Not really. I think I need to kill Flutter. I think it's important. Okay. I don't get crit. That's clearly offensive Fluttermane. That did a ton of damage. My God. Also, it's a good thing I went for Thunderbolt because I got the drop, so I would have died. Or I wouldn't have died, sorry. I would have failed. What am I saying? Okay, they kill. We trade a Lucky for Flutter. The advantage for me is that I got both screens up. The advantage for them is that my Registeel is paralyzed. And if I get paralyzed this turn, it's really bad. Okay, that's really good. I can still get crit, of course, but that's still a pretty major swing, I think, in my favor. Getting Reflect up and having Iron Defense up now is just really nice. It's Ogerpon again. All right, so what do I do here? Like, I could switch plus Body Press here or another Iron Defense. I think that, like, for them, they need to go after my Regirock because if Rock Slide comes out, they're going to lose the game. And I could Terra Water my Registeel. So I think I need to play as if they're going to cover for... yeah, exactly. Okay, Grassy Glide comes out. The Rocky Helmet chip activates. They would hammer the slot as well. They do not get the crits. They take a ton of damage from Rocky Helmet and more from Recoil. And if this goes well, I get another Iron Defense up. So now +4. Do I kill Ogerpon with this? What do you think? Last turn, a Grassy Terrain. Okay, they switch Rillaboom out to preserve the terrain. The real question is what's the last Pokemon? Because if it's Urshifu, then I just Terra my Registeel. It is Urshifu, okay. Interesting. And they don't protect the Ogerpon. So if I get this turn, if I get the Body Press off, the Ivy Cudgel, oh my God, okay, that's really good. It's really, really good. Okay, if I get the Body Press off, I think I'm gonna win. I didn't get the Body Press off. I'm not gonna win. Oh man. Okay, well, this is basically gonna have to be a Registeel 1 versus 3, I think. They haven't Terra'd it either. I think this thing is the biggest threat, right? I think this is a battle of can I kill Urshifu? Yeah, this is why getting paralyzed sucks. Oh man, that's really bad. The good news is I do still have my Terra though. I have Regirock as well. Also, depending on what they do this turn, they might be in some trouble. I Terra, they haven't Terra'd yet. I know it looks bad, but it's not so bad. Okay, Ivy Cudgel, all right. I take it like a champ. They go for Surging also into that slot. Good play. Wait, do I survive? There's no way. I have no bulk on this thing. Close though, really close. Yeah, nice play. Really nice play, okay. See if I need to attack this turn for sure. Come on, Registeel. Okay, that's great. Tons of damage, my God, okay. Regice is back out. How many turns of everything are left? 3 reflect, 2 light screen. So, I mean, the biggest threat here is the... I mean, they can just close combat, right? So I don't even think it's worth it for me to protect. Yeah, wrong play, wrong play, wrong play. Okay, right. Maybe the right play? I can still force them to waste an attack. Okay, here it's actually optimal to get paralyzed. So what's scarier, I guess, is the question. Should I be taking out Urshifu here, or should I be taking out Ogerpon? Because Ogerpon only has Grassy Glide, but it does have access to Swords Dance, you know what I mean? Whereas Urshifu can crit 3 times, but all its moves are resisted. I don't think they're gonna go for Surging Strikes, unfortunately. I go for Protect with Regice. This is, like, probably fine. It doesn't really matter. I go Grassy Glide, correct play from them. Doesn't do much damage. Maybe I made the wrong call here. Yeah, they CC, yeah. This is the problem with Rocky Helmet, is it doesn't do anything here. Like, I put Ghost Terra Rocky Helmet on this because I figured, like, I guess there was a turn where I should have killed the Ogre Pawn, right? Oh, the Rillaboom is really damaged, yes? Okay, this should KO. Okay, I got rid of Ogre Pawn. It's a 1 versus 2, but I'm +4 defense, but my screens are gonna wear off. Like now, they've played this really well, to be honest. Then again, it is Surging Strikes into a resist, right? Surging Strikes is critting through my defense boost. I set Light Screen up first, yeah. Rillaboom again. So they can just go for Fake Out plus Surging and stall out my grassy terrain. I guess it's worth it to protect. Which is more scary here? The Rillaboom or the... I am +4 defense. I'm gonna protect. It's worse if they go for Wood Hammer. Oh, it's Water Terra. Oh, whoops. My bad. Didn't think about that. Yeah, I think maybe I'm supposed to kill the Urshifu. It's really hard to say. It's really, really hard for me to say. I'm honestly not sure. I think I made the right call. Anyway, I think I just don't know how much these moves are gonna do. Okay, I get the Protect off. This is only good if they went for Fake Out, and it saves me the Fake Out chip, so it probably wasn't even worth it, to be honest. Okay, they go for Fake Out. So the question is, how much is this gonna do, right? Surging Strikes into my Water Terra. I don't think it's gonna do that much. I don't think it's gonna do more than 30%. That doesn't do very much. 171, so it's doing what, like 15 a hit? 14? I think if I don't get parried for 2 crucial attacks, I will win the game. I was at what, 151 or 157 before? But after leftovers and end healing, I'm gonna be like probably pretty close to like 153 or 143 maybe? 149? I don't know. Okay, 149. Here, my Reflect is gone. So the question is, how much does +4 defense Registeel take from Rillaboom Woodhammer? It actually might be more optimal for them to go for close combat. Here's Woodhammer. Rillaboom outspeeds Urshifu. It doesn't do that much. If I am able to attack this turn, I think I'm gonna, well, I think I'm likely to win. Here's Surging Strikes again. They're not going for crit with close combat, so I have a 75% chance, I think, of putting myself in a position where I can win this game. 75% of the time. Surging Strikes is about a quarter of my health, I think. One pair and it's over. Come on, Registeel, you've got this. Registeel, bring it home. Okay, it's not over yet, but that's a huge, huge, huge swing. It's a massive swing. Okay, it's not over because if I get paralyzed here, I might die to another one, and they can still crit me with close combat. But it would have been over if I... Okay, here it is, close combat. Okay, it's not doing very much damage. I have a 75% chance of winning this game against this very difficult matchup. Registeel, you're so goated. Oh my god, you're so goated. Okay. I win game 1. I still think it's somewhat likely that I lose the set. But I did manage to somehow win game 1, so we'll take what we can get, right? What do we learn? We learned the Flutter Mane is probably very offensive, like very, very offensive. We probably should expect them to switch it up, like Flutter Mane Rillaboom or Flutter Mane Urshifu in game 2. I do not think that I'm supposed to bring my Regi Ice again, but the thing is then how am I ever gonna beat Raging Bolt? Especially, like, okay, what I would like to do is 1, 2, 3, and then Bolt is last, or Drago is last. But if they bring Bolt, it's really bad for me. Then again, I am up a game, and I feel like given that I'm up a game, maybe it makes some sense to give this a shot. Okay, this is what I expected, but it's still pretty bad for me. I'm tempted to go Ghost Terra Electroweb plus Boom. Yeah, why not? Ghost Terra Electroweb plus Boom. I don't know. Okay, switch to Flutter Mane plus Protect. Okay, here's Terra. So like, okay, there's like almost every way this goes badly for me, right? Like this almost never works, I think. They could Fake Out Regirock, which would be bad. I could miss Electroweb onto either slot. Dude, that's so lame. That's so lame. Boo. Boo. I live this. Ah, that's so lame. I would have killed it. And now I'm going to lose both. The real issue is that the Rillaboom survives, or the Urshifu survives, which is very important that it went down. But I think my play was bad anyway. Like, depending on what they have in the back, I was probably losing anyway. Okay, Regirock, kill it. Kaboom. Kaboom, kablam, kabam, kaboom, kaboom, kablam. I would have killed both. Oh, I crit them. I would have killed both. Trust. I've used my Terra and I would have killed both. Now I've killed nothing. I got nothing, okay? I got nothing. Okay, I go into Steel here, I guess. I go for Iron Defense and Electroweb. Bolt! They have freaking bolts! Oh my god. I'm going 12th. Okay, Electroweb and Iron Defense. Is Regidrago, if they have Flutter Mane in the back, like I literally can't do any damage for the rest of the game. Oh, if I killed both, I would have been in such good shape. They switch out, okay. Who's coming in? Ogre Pawn, okay. So the Electroweb here is a big deal, but the problem also is that Urshifu is still alive, yes? And that's bad, yes? Who agrees with me? Me. Okay, Electroweb comes out. Okay, Ogre Pawn I can kill. I can kill Ogre Pawn, so how do I win this? I go Iron Defense. Oh, if I killed both, I would have been, whatever. Calm Mind, okay, they're +2. So what really matters here? Light Screen, right? Light Screen is what I need. Oh wait, I think I'm faster. Light Screen Iron Defense, except that I'm losing him on. Okay, maybe they Terra Ogre here. Like, it's not the... Is this an Ogre? I can win. I can win. Regirego's gonna kill everybody. +1, Terrify. Like, they might think that they kill me here. I think both my mons should survive. They didn't go for Grassy Glide. Okay, hopefully they go after a Lecky here. That would be good. Can't tell. I can't tell. Oh, man. Did they crit me? Okay, honest question. What am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not even like trying to mold, but like, actually, what am I supposed to do? And okay. Well, the good news is that I have the correct 4th Pokemon. The bad news is that I think I'm toast. I think I'm Giga Toast. Okay, I actually think it might be Reflect plus Protect. This could backfire about 100 different ways. Oh, I didn't check the turns of Grassy Terrain left. I need to check that. Like, I assume they're going for Protect plus, yeah, Protect plus Glide into Ogerpon is what I expected. Okay, they didn't go for... I mean, surely they're not cudgeling into a Lecky. Okay, good move by me. And now the wait, grass isn't gonna last forever. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm gonna go for another Light Screen and Dragon Energy. It depends on if... Oh my God, I made the wrong play again. I could have killed it. I could have gone for Thunderbolt. Oh, but they're going for Cudgel. Hold on a second. Hold on. If I kill either Mon here, I needed to... Okay, it's not over. It's not over. Cudgel into my... Okay, as long as I don't get crit here, I could be okay. How strong is that move? Okay, I think I lose for real now. Unfortunately. How weak is my Dragon Energy, though, is the question, right? Because grass is over now. Oh, that's the guaranteed win. Nice job. Yeah, nice job. Because now Thunderclap plus whatever kills me. They did it. I could have just Electrowebbed. Oh my God. Okay, I messed it up. I'm sorry. I messed it up. I overthought it about 100 times. That sucks. I also got unlucky, but I did overthink it a lot. Okay, I'll go for Electroweb and Earth Power. It doesn't really matter. I mean, Electroweb doesn't matter. I'll just Thunderbolt. Yeah, and that's guaranteed. I really overthought it. I think that they forgot that they were -1 speed, honestly. I don't think you're supposed to go for Ivy Cudgel there with Ogerpon otherwise. Like, I went for a lot of bad plays here, and yeah, just go for Dragon Pulse. I mean, yeah. It's frustrating. It's definitely frustrating because it's a really bad matchup. So to lose game 2, I mean, it's not good. Also, I mean, yeah, it's okay. I mean, I think I did a good job. I think if I get the turn 1 correct there, I do think I win, or not correct. I think if Electroweb connects there, I think I win the game on the spot. So now the question is, what am I supposed to do, right? I know what they're leading, or like, I know what they can lead. I do think that they'll either, like, I don't think I should bring Drago again, right? Okay, I think I know what to do here. I'm doing 1, 2, 3, and I'm running Regi Ice in the back. I assume it, like, the priority makes this really difficult, and getting crit also makes it difficult. Okay, Fluttermane Ogerpon. I mean, this is the best lead I could ask for, right? I'm pretty sure. I don't think I can get much better than this in terms of the leads. I think Icy Wind plus Rock Slide is totally passable here, or Electroweb plus Rock Slide here. I really want screens to be up, but I also, like, I think also getting rid of this Fluttermane early is important because I don't want to get Thunder Wave later on. Okay. So if I connect on both here, hang on, if I hit both, if I get Rock Slide off, that's really good. That's in range of Rock Slide. Both Mons are in range of Rock Slide. I'm really close to just like outright winning this game on this turn, I think. Please don't get crit. Please, Regieleki. Okay, great job. Oh, Regirock, you're so good. Oh, Regirock, you're so good. Okay, we trade paralysis and damage for a double KO. Hello. It's not over though. If they have Urshifu, what's in the back? Urshifu Bolt? Rillaboom Bolt? Like, the problem is now Urshifu's just gonna kill all my guys, yes? Yeah, Urshifu kills all my guys now. That's not good. Hello. And Bolt, okay. So... I think it's worth it to save. I think I switch from Rock Slide. All right, Regi guys, I put you on the team specifically for situations like this. Okay, I made the right call. Take a little bit more damage than I'd have liked to, but that's all right. The Calm Mind. Well, I might get a Rock Slide off. All right. Okay, good damage. Honestly, great damage. Regirock's gonna add up really quickly. I crit the Urshifu, which could matter. Okay, what's the play here? Terra Ghost, Thunderbolt, and switch to Aleki, I guess? Do I just keep Rock Sliding? Like, the plan is to use Terra Ghost Curse in a perfect world, right? I think I just have to go for it. Okay, we need Regi Ice to make it. We need to get rid of Urshifu. If Urshifu goes down, then I think this is winnable. If Urshifu does not go down, this becomes immensely more challenging. They have not terrored yet. I have not revealed my last Pokemon either. They go for Detect. Okay, Protect both is okay. Okay, here's the thing. I could curse the Raging Bolt now if I wanted. The only way for Urshifu to do damage to my Regi Ice is to use Surging Strikes. Hang on, so I have two options. I can curse the Raging Bolt, but I think I might just lose to Urshifu if I do that. So I think I do need to Thunderbolt here. Does Thunderbolt kill Urshifu? Because I have no special attack investment. Regi Ice versus Urshifu, no bulk. It does kill. Okay, so I go for Thunderbolt here because it can't protect again safely, and I Rock Slide. Because if Urshifu goes down, I have a good chance to win this. They Thunderclap into my I did a lot. Do I die to this? 93 to 65. Is that dead? Oh, but cursed. 65 to 35. I think I survive. Hold on. 35 to 8. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the Urshifu here. Urshifu goes down. This game is not over. Thunderbolt comes out. This is now single target Rock Slide. Okay. Hang on. They haven't terrored yet, though. Hold on. Regi Ice. Regi Rock. Okay, good job, buddy. I have Curse available now. Oh, I think I can pin them. Hold on. Okay, hang on. What I'll do here is I'm going to Protect, and I'm going to switch to Regieleki. Okay. So we want to see Protect here. Show me Protect. Anything other than Dragon Pulse is fine. Okay, great. Okay, and now here's what I can do. I can go for Electro Web with my Regieleki, which will force them to use Thunderclap if they want to prevent it. But if they use Thunderclap, then they have to go for Thunderclap, and that means they can't KO Regi Ice. And if they go for Thunderclap into Regi Ice, Curse is a non-damaging move. Here's the entire reason I put Curse on this team. Because Terra Ghost Curse, in theory, serves as an answer against Raging Bolt, Calm Mind version, and Dondozo. This team has no other answer for. So with Electro Web, I should outspeed. It's not guaranteed, but my Regi Ice is decently fast. And if I get this curse off, I'll win the game. The only way that they can get around this is to go for Dragon Pulse into Regi Ice and either miss Electro Web or they're faster even at -1. It is still possible for me to lose here. Like if the Bolt outspeeds and kills Regi Ice, it's not going to be very easy for me to get around this. Here's Electro Web. They didn't fall for the bait. Electro Web does a decent amount of damage, drops Raging Bolt to -1. Who moves next? It's Regi Ice. Regi Ice uses Curse, knocks itself out. Now that it's Ghost type, it can actually choose the target. Not that it matters here, there's only one option. Regi Ice with, what, 5 HP left, survives, gets a curse off onto Terra Fairy Raging Bolt. And even though Raging Bolt is presumably going to KO Regieleki here, the damage is already done. Aleki did its job. It stayed alive just so it could come back in and use Electro Web on Raging Bolt. And now Raging Bolt is on a timer, a very, very, very rapidly decreasing timer, as Curse will take a quarter of its HP every single turn. And with Registeel still in the back, there's no way for them to get through this, even if they were to KO my Regirock. That is ridiculous. I theoried that this could work. I never actually thought that it would because it requires too many specific conditions. But this was the game. This is the game. We pulled it off. We saved Terra. We got rid of the threats. Regi Ice with max HP and max defense clutched up. And just like that, I'm gonna let Curse take the last KO. I think that's pretty fitting. Protect from Registeel, Thunderclap, fails into Registeel. They're fighting hard, but it's a foregone conclusion. Here's Terra Blast. It should not KO, just very little damage, but that's okay. I wasn't choosing it because I thought I was gonna get the kill. Here is Regi Ice's parting gift. The last little bit of Raging Bolt, this Pokemon that my team, frankly, has no real way through. It goes down. My God, Terra Ghost Curse Regi Ice in tournament knocks out Raging Bolt. My God. That's certainly something. Regirock was honestly really, really good here as well. I mean, it took both KOs on turn 1 with Rock Slide of all moves. So really, I gotta give it to Regirock. A good effort from the team all around. Alrighty, hello everybody. I'm playing against a quite unusual Trick Room team. It's not like anything I've seen before this format. There's a lot of tricky pieces. Like out of everything I've fought, I think it may be one of the better matchups of what I will say. And the first thing that you should note is that there's a ton of spread attackers here. So Regigigas as a wide guard Pokemon looks really good to me. Regirock looks all right as well. Yeah, honestly, a lot of these Pokemon look good. I need to watch out for Maushold plus Annihilate, which kind of makes me feel like I need to lead Aleki plus Drago just to scare them off of it. I don't think Regi should ever come here, so I guess it's between Rock and Steel. Steel has Iron Defense and resists a lot of these moves. Like it naturally is a Psychic, so as long as I deal with the Gallade, I think it's pretty good here. It's also pretty slow. I think that like there's definitely something I can do with Gallade Blast, but I don't think I need to go for it right away. They basically need to lead with Farigiraf or they're gonna end up in like pretty major trouble, I think. I think the worst case scenario here is Farigiraf plus Indeedee, which is a pretty reasonable lead because the Farigiraf also has Psychic Seed. But I don't even hate it. Like it's not like it's terrible if it happens. Like I guess Farig plus Indeedee with Gallade in the back is kind of difficult for me. Okay, Indeedee Gallade is all right, to be honest. we immediately have a choice to make because I'm threatening spread moves and they're threatening follow me. So like basically this is a mind game between Wide Guard and Dragon Energy versus follow me plus Trick Room. I would like to Dragon Energy. I mean, okay, I think that Dragon Energy is fine because, yeah, I'm gonna do Dragon Energy. I think they're probably gonna Wide Guard. Oh, hello, hello, follow me. Wrong choice. Hello, am I recording? Hello? Okay, I don't think this is kills though, right? And maybe Reflect was bad to go for. But if I get the kill, I'm in really good shape. Hello. That's bad. Hello, that's bad. Go for Trick Room, all right. So that's not good. Now what? I would like to go for Light Screen here. Like, I guess what I'm thinking is that what's in the back that's really threatening for me? It's not that much. I have Reflect up, so it's pretty unlikely to get one shot by that much. Light Screen Earth Power. They have to give me something here, right? Like, they can only really get one. Like, yeah, Helping Hand is really strong and really scary, but they only get one Mon here. Okay. Oh, right. They can. Ah, shoot. Okay, hang on. I made a mistake, actually. Hang on. What end was Ungolade? Clear Amulet? Okay. Okay, that's not good. Okay, I got both screens up, which seems good. Okay, how much am I taking from Gallade Sacred Sword here into my Registeel with Reflect active? Half my health. That's kind of a lot. I don't need Terra for anything else, do I? I guess Thunderbolt here and Terra Water Heavy Slam here. Is that fine? Surely it's not that bad, right? It means that I become weak to Expanding Force. Okay, follow me. Nice play. Like, I think they might go after Aleki here. I may be in some trouble. I don't know if I have the damage anymore now that I let Drago go down. I honestly didn't think that Helping Hand would KO to Reflect, which is probably my bad. Okay, let's see what they go for here. I guess Sacred Sword could lose me the game. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm getting crit. Okay, I just lose now. I get crit. Okay, well, that... Like, I know that this team is kind of inherently weaker to crits, but I think I'm not prepared. I don't have any damage left. I lose this game always. Like, I don't think I was prepared for... Like, surely that wasn't my fault. Surely that crit was not my fault, right? Okay, Gigas comes in. Okay, is it even possible to win? Okay, last two Mons, Indeed, or Farigiraf plus Armarouge, and I still win. Trust. Okay, show me Farigiraf. Okay, show me Armarouge. Okay, I can win. I can win. Okay, I have Light Screen up. Here's the thing, they have 0 moves that do damage to me. All of their moves are spread moves. So like they only have until Psychic Terrain ends. So I get 2 turns of uninterrupted Thunderbolts or Wide Guard fully stops them. And then they have Expanding Force active. Thunderbolt plus Wide Guard, I guess. Okay, Protect comes out. The Armarouge is, if I get rid of the Armarouge, I think I can win. So here's the thing. Okay, they have Dazzling and Trick Room, Psychic Terrain, and Expanding Force. So it's actually not over. Also, if I crit them at any point, I'm gonna be in a lot better shape. Here's Expanding Force. Armarouge doesn't have Armor Cannon, right? Heat Wave, Expanding Force, Protect, Trick Room with Life Orb. Okay, this is turn 1 of Slow Start. Give me a crit. That does nothing. Oh, that's really nice. That is really, really nice. Hello. The thing is that there's no reason for them to do anything other than Protect here, but I think I still need the damage. Okay, they don't go for it. Unless they're going for double Trick Room, which is an option as well. That would be kind of hype. Okay, no, they just go for Expanding Force, yeah. I mean, there's no reason for me to do anything other than click Wide Guard here because at least until Psychic Terrain ends, I do block 100% of their moves. So we double block here, they go for Expanding Force. The problem is that now Psychic Terrain is ending, which means now they actually get to attack again. And I don't have Protect on either Pokemon, so that's not great. That's turn 2 of Slow Start. I think that like Regigigas can win this if it ends up in a position where, not enough damage, is it? Hang on a second. Okay. I think what I do here is I go for Thunderbolt into Armarouge and Rock Slide because like they're probably gonna Protect, but if they don't, then I could potentially play it. Terra Psychic Armarouge. Oh, that's not good. Hello. It's Life Orb Terra Psychic. I'm gonna say something. I think that Gigas will 1v1 Farigiraf here. I'm like half certain. Okay, I go for Thunderbolt. I crit! I'm the best! I can't believe it. Okay. Armarouge goes down. Okay. I go for Rock Slide. Hello. Big damage. Okay. Like the crit definitely helped, but I think I was winning this anyway. I don't think that Farigiraf is ever gonna, because unless I missed Rock Slide in the Armarouge, I don't think they were ever breaking through Gigas. It's too bulky. Yeah, Gigas is very good here into these Pokemon. Regi, like he saw what happened to his brother Registeel, and he said, I'm not letting that go for free. Wow, okay, Regi like he locked in. I did not think my 2 support Pokemon were gonna be able to win this one, but yeah, just shows what I know, I guess. Okay, how do I, but like the thing is that like I didn't really like that position, right? So how do I do better? I don't know what to do. Who knows? Anybody know? Yeah, I'm genuinely not sure. I do feel like Aleki's Reflect should have been actually somewhat helpful there. I could lead Regirock, right? Regirock is an option. Like the thing about Regirock though is what am I doing? I think I'm exploding, but then they just wide guard, right? Okay, I have a plan. I don't know if it's good. You guys steal? Okay, it's kind of bad. Whatever, who cares? I don't think they're gonna lead Mouse Hold plus Annihilate. I'm basically saying they're not leading Mouse Hold plus Annihilate because if they do, I just am Giga dead. I'm like Omega dead. Okay, this is what I expected. Okay, here's what I was thinking. Like they do technically have wide guard, but also I can click Explosion. Do you think Frigg dies to this? It's probably not, right? Probably not gonna die. Like I do have Explosion. Explosion to 65%. I can KO the Indeedee, but does that even help me? I kind of just want to switch to this and click Rock Slide. I could flinch either mon. I'm gonna get good damage down. Yeah, I'll just do this. Like I think that this is actually like it looks like a good lead, but now that I realize that I can't actually KO them. Unless I flinch here. If I flinch here, then I'm big chilling. Okay, Rock Slide. Oh, they might just go for expanding. I could have gone for Dragon Energy. Hello? Gleam. Plus Trick Room. Okay, 0 flinches. I go for Gleam. All right, that's fine. So how do I win this? I mean, like, the position just looks bad now, right? Okay, hold these. Yeah. Because now Gallade comes in. And I don't want Gallade to come in. Doesn't DD have? Follow me. Yeah, okay, this is bad. Like, I think it's okay, but I think I'm also Giga dead. Okay, Gleam again. Taking a lot of damage. Cheers, Rock Slide. Okay, still not enough damage. How many turns to Trick Room are left? 3. Okay, I think it's possible to win. I think Rock Slide is better. At least I have a chance to flinch them then, right? Like, because Thunder Wave is going to make them slower in a way that I don't really want to deal with. Basically, I just need to stall a couple more turns of Trick Room and it's possible to win. But that's a little bit easier said than done. Here's Helping Hand. So this is probably Helping Hand Psycho Cut, is my guess, but it wasn't worth it for me to go for anything else here. I'll go for Rock Slide here. I connect. 30% chance to flinch the Gallade, which would be a huge deal. Okay. Oh, they Psycho Cutting into Registeel. Hello. The thing is, I don't need Registeel to win this game is my current position. I heart clicking Rock Slide. I heart clicking Rock Slide a lot. Rock Slide again and Heavy Slam, I guess, get a little more chip damage down. Like they do have to be careful here. Like, okay, basically what I'm thinking is that they can kill a mon, yes, but they have to be really careful to not end up in a lot of trouble when Trick Room ends. You go for Helping Hand again, so somebody's dead. Somebody's Giga dead. Probably. We need Rock Slide to kill Indeedee here, I think. Great. Perfect. Regigigas takes the KO with Rock Slide. Okay, Heavy Slam. I don't even know how much this does, to be honest, but like, surely it'll do like 25%, right? I only need it to do 25%. Okay, that's 30. Oh, I'm sorry, Regigigas. You know, I could have Fairy Terror there. I had the ability to do that. And now what? And now I'm 8th, I think. The thing is that Gallade can't protect itself, right? Okay, I go into Drago here for sure. The thing is that Farigiraf is very heavy. Oh, Amarouge. Okay, here I actually know what I have to do. Are they even allowed to Psychic Terra? Also, I don't think I die to, there's no way Registeel dies to Armor Heat Wave, right? So I go Protect plus Heavy Slam here, I think. This is a game where I actually do want to stall out the Psychic Terrain. Oh, that is an interesting move. Okay, the thing is that this is Psychic Terra. They predicted me to go Water Terra, but I know that Registeel is so bulky that there's no need. So now that there's Psychic Terra, the dynamic changes quite a bit because what it means effectively is that they are not able to Terra to Fairy to resist Regidrago's Dragon Energy. So it should be really difficult for them to win from here. So they go, oh, they went for double Trick Room. Yeah. This is why I didn't Protect because I knew they could go for Trick Room to try and keep the Twisted Dimensions up. However, how fast is Armarouge? Oh, I got Armarouge and Hatterene confused. Oh, that's my bad. I thought Armarouge and Hatterene were the same Pokemon. My God, okay. But Psychic Terrain surely ends this turn because they led in DD, right? So then what do I do this turn? I mean, I definitely Dragon Energy. I think I just Dragon Energy and I mean, Heavy Slam from Registeel does 6% to Armarouge and versus Farigiraf, Body Press is stronger. Body Press is way stronger because Farigiraf is so heavy. So I go for Body Press plus Dragon Energy here. Dragon Energy Body Press. I've preserved Regidrago correctly. I don't think that Armarouge will survive. I honestly don't know. I never use Regidrago, so I have really no sense of how strong it is. Like whenever I play Regidrago, I expect it to kill everything. Oh, no Protect. I don't think the crit ultimately mattered, to be honest. Like, yeah, I don't think so. but even still. Yeah, okay, cool. GG. Yeah, that was it. That was a really cool team, but the thing is that because they had so many spread attackers, Regi Gigas applied just so much pressure that it made it like slightly easier for me, although they still played well. The game 1 end game I thought was especially funny. So yeah, okay, we're 4-1 now. We say GG's. 4-1. There's 3 rounds left until top cut. Just take it one game at a time. You know, with this team, I kind of have no expectations, but yeah, I feel like it's feeling like I get to play the game, even though it is feeling pretty uphill at times. Okay, I have some bad news. Last round, I felt like my matchup was pretty good. This round, it looks not impossible, but I think if the opponent plays optimally, it should be really difficult for me. So basically it's a rain team, and that means it's difficult because like they have stuff like Arcalodon, for example, but it also means they have a Moongus. And you may notice looking at my team that I don't appear to have anything for Amoongus, which is not a good statement to make. On top of this, they have Landorus Incarnate, who we've already established is a major issue. They have Terra Fairy on the Amoongus, by the way, so I can't even position it, and they have Scarf Urshifu. So looking at this, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Using Registeel here to win the game, which is kind of my default win condition, feels ambitious, but like I don't really see how I'm supposed to beat a Amoongus otherwise. I mean, I think I need to lead a Lecky. I could do a Lecky plus Drago lead. The issue is that if they go for a Amoongus up front, I think I just try to get lucky before. I think that Regice can come here for what it's worth. It's just like not so obvious. Terra Steel on the Urshifu Rapid Strike. Like I think that there are like what makes this difficult is that they have about 100 different ways that they can like use to try and win the game, and I have very few. The only good thing is that if I get Light Screen up, which is it's difficult for them to stop, then my Registeel with Terra Water becomes pretty strong. So Incineroar plus Urshifu is actually not the worst lead I've ever seen for me. This is actually pretty good because I'm threatening Thunderbolt here, which is really nice. I'm threatening Thunder Wave. The instant does not have Taunt, it's Citrus Berry. So I'm kind of tempted to just click Reflect here and Thunder Wave because I'm threatening Ghost Terra. I think it's somewhat likely that they won't. Maybe that's a bit ambitious. Like they have presumably either Landorus or Amoongus in the back, both of which are safe switches. So I think calling them to respect the Ghost Terra is somewhat reasonable. Like if they go Fake Out and don't Terra here, they're in really bad shape, assuming I just go for Thunderbolt and Ghost Terra. Here's the Terra, so I guess that's probably on Urshifu. The thing about them terrestrializing Urshifu is that on the one hand, it is quite bad for me because now Urshifu is terrestrialized. But on the other hand, now that means that nothing else can terrestrialize, which means that Amoongus is weak to Drago. You go for Fake Out into Gigas. Yeah, that's not great, but I at least get Reflect Up, and I'm pretty sure I EV to survive this. I'm like 50% sure that I EV to survive this. I go for Surging into Lecky. I'm definitely EV to survive that. Yeah, okay, good job, me. I knew I did something. I was like pretty sure I could take this. Okay, cool. Looks like I would have lived even with Fake Out. Okay, cool. So now my position's a lot better all of a sudden. I have the ability to go for Thunderbolt, but I think Light Screen's more important. I think getting 8 turns of Light Screen is just pretty necessary here. So I like Light Screen plus Thunder Wave. The goal is to get Regidrago in. Well, I need to hit this Thunder Wave first of all. Surging into Gigas, okay. So this should probably activate my Citrus Berry, probably. I'm so bulky. Yeah, that'll activate. I need to hit this Thunder Wave with them. Oh, that's really bad if they go for knockoff. See if they're going for knockoff here. That's, oh, into a Lucky. I might live. I died. Okay. Alrighty. So, okay, questions for the chat. What the heck am I doing? Thunder Wave is good here, but it's not that good because should I go into Registeel or Regidrago here? So the first option is Regidrago. Let's see if I KO Urshifu with Earth Power here. I probably am not going to. And I doubt I kill Incineroar with Dragon Energy, right? I'm pretty unlikely to kill either one. So that seems bad. Then again, my other option is to go into Registeel, click the Terra. I think I don't really have damage to get through this. I have both screens up. I'll go Terra Water Iron Defense, I think. Terra Water Iron Defense and Thunder Wave here. It's not ideal, but it's not terrible either. The main issue is I'm going to lose my life. My leftovers, which is not good. Like I have both screens, but without my recovery, it becomes a bit dicey. It's also, if they have assuming they have like Landorus Pelipper in the back. Yeah, it doesn't look good regardless. Surging into Gigas again, so they don't take the bait here. I don't have Taunt. Gigas is taking a lot of damage. Wait, am I dead to another one? I might be. I think I'm in danger. Yeah. Oh, they don't go for. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I was like, oh, they didn't go for the move I was afraid of, but then they did go for it, and I just got confused. Here's Iron Defense, so that's good. It's still possible to win, by the way. Like the win condition looks something like. I don't think I ever get an Icy Wind off on the Landorus, but they might. It's also possible they don't even have Landorus, right? I'll go Body Press here and Rock Slide. I think I'm probably dying this turn, right? I could Iron Defense again. Now I should try and KO the Urshifu. I think that I need to make this into a 3 versus 2. Oh well, Icy Wind. Okay, it didn't really matter. I'm dead here. Gigas is good, but it's not taking that, I don't think. 53. It's close. I'm like 4 HP away. All right. The thing is that they can't actually do that much here to me. It all depends on what's in the back, right? It's entirely dependent on what's in the back here. I have body press. I get the KO, which is great. Urshifu goes down. It's a 2 versus 3. I have +2 defense on my Regi Steel. If they have Arcalodon in the back, they can Electro Shot me, which would be bad. They go for Parting Shot, but Clear Body activates, so it's actually good that I went down there. Regidrago comes in, and now the question is, it just depends on what's in the back. The Landorus is the worst case scenario, but even Landorus is still playable, you know what I mean? Because the thing is, I still have all my screens up for a couple more turns, and I think they're not gonna be super easy to stall out. I've kind of lost track of the turns, but I think, surely I've had them for a couple. Oh, it's Arcalodon, that's interesting. Okay, but they can't Terra, and now I have Drago who's faster. They can't protect either, and I still have light screen up. They are Dragon Pulse, not Draco Meteor, so I can go for Body Press and Dragon Energy here, and it's genuinely pretty hard for them to do anything about it. They have to switch an instant to Pelipper, assuming they have Pelipper, but they can only target one of my Mons, which means either I get a +2 Body Press, I guess against +1. It still should be favorable, right? Because they didn't switch Incineroar last turn. That's where I think they made a mistake, not getting Instant off the field. They don't switch. Here's Dragon Energy, does a lot of damage to both Mons. Stamina activates. Instant getting paralyzed this turn would be nice. I'm really surprised they didn't switch, to be honest. I guess I was really focused on Pelipper coming in, but if they have Landorus in the back, then I think they've outplayed me. Tactical Sacrifice here. I survive. I think I need to para this turn, or I need them to not have the right Mon in the back. I think if it's Landorus here. Like, did they not bring Pelipper? It feels pretty good with Urshifu. Oh, I live? I think I lose regardless now. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, nice play, nice play. Is there any way that I can win this? I don't think so, right? I don't think there's any Pokemon I can beat now. Yeah, okay, nice play. I could have gone for Protect plus Body Press, but I figured that the last one was Pelipper, so I thought that it wasn't really a good play for me. There's a chance that Body Press could 3-shot, but only if they're really frail, and it doesn't even matter because Earth Power is 2 shots. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's a tough matchup. It's a really tough matchup. I don't even think like I did that badly. I think my tools are kind of limited, which sucks. Okay, I get the para. Power. Like, I'm close. You see, like, I just need a little bit more juice. 3-hit KO here. Yeah, very close. Yeah, GG. Okay, I don't think it's necessarily doomed, but I do think that, like, that was my best. This game was my best shot at winning, I think, and I didn't win, so that makes me a bit nervous. Like, Rapid Strike Urshifu did too much damage, right? I think I gotta bring Regice. I think I have to bring Regice. Like, okay, I need to bring Regice, and I probably need to bring something to deal with this Urshifu, right? Can I afford Gigas here? Like, honest question, can I afford it? I don't know if I can. Can I afford Steel here? Steel is my best way through a lot of these Mons, is the truth. I don't think it's Rock. Okay, I don't think it's Rock, so it's I have to choose one other one to leave behind. Regi Steel is frankly not that good here, but it feels ridiculous to like think about leaving it behind. Regi Steel's just like actually not that good here, right? I think it's Ice. I think it's Ice and Drago. God, I really don't like leaving Steel behind. I'm gonna try it. The thing is that like Iron Defense only helps versus Incin. So it's not actually like Registeel is bulky, but it's not as bulky as I need it to be. I'm not planning on using Curse this game. I mean, I guess I could for Arcalodon. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, well, that's not good. So Pelipper has Wide Guard and Rain is active. The thing is with Rain active, the situation changes somewhat dramatically. I don't really see how I can win this. Thunderbolt plus Thunder Wave is all right. I could go for Electro Web plus Thunder Wave. It's a bit risky because it could really backfire. Here's the Terra Steel. I mean, it's good to get it out right away. The thing about Thunderbolt here is that if they go for Wide Guard, then I have Earth Power available, which is pretty nice. Pelipper Wide Guard stops Gigas until I get paralyzed. Show me Wide Guard. Oh, man, okay, I could have Electro Webbed. That's not enough damage. Okay, I don't live in the rain. Yeah, I think that like with no real water resist, it's looking a little bit suspect is what I will say. It's not over, but that's a pretty rough turn one. Oh, they Weather Bolt. Hang on. If I hit the Thunder Wave, I'm kind of okay. Did a lot of damage. I might not be okay. Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that, honestly. Okay, well, that's gonna make things a bit difficult, I would say. They want Gigas dead. I'm gonna do this. Wrong one. This sucks. Yeah, with the Thunder Wave, I had a lot better options, but here I don't have any options at all. No options at all. There's Dragon Energy. It's not even gonna do anything. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Hang on a second. If they make the wrong, what could they even go for here? Hurricane? Oh, I'm dead. Giga dead. Ugh, this sucks. Okay, well, GG's. GG's. Yeah, I mean, it was a tough matchup. I couldn't do that much. Yeah. I think like missing the Thunder Wave really hurt a lot, but I think it was already so bad that yeah, I mean, it was just gonna be tough regardless. Because I don't really have a good answer. Like one of the real weakness of this team is that you don't have a good answer for Urshifu. Like yes, you have a Lecky, but the thing about a Lecky is that it doesn't work when they Terra. You know what I mean? They have Helping Hand, surging. Ooh, Gigas is gonna tank this, but they're just gonna KO the next one. Yeah, yeah, it was tough. Yeah, like the thing is that I couldn't even set up screens, right? Ah, that really sucks. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I get a kill here. Like, the thing is that I can get the Urshifu to KO itself with Surging Strikes in 2, but I don't... Okay, if the last 2 Pokemon are specifically Amoonguss plus Landorus Incarnate, then it could, in theory, be winnable. Okay? I need a Freeze. It's the only way. Oh, they have Sludge Bomb. I don't think I even win with a Freeze. Okay, I Ice Beam here, and I get the Freeze. I get the Giga Freeze. Okay, wait, it's winnable. It's winnable. Okay, they're gonna knock themselves out in 2. Right? So they go down to Rocky Helmet. Regice gets the 10% chance to freeze here. I don't think Regice even 2-shots, by the way. Like, the fact that I have Rocky Helmet Regice is indicative of how dire the matchup is against Urshifu, right? Like, this is my Urshifu counter, and they don't even have to attack it. It's not like I can force them with Follow Me, and it's the especially bulky Regi. Freeze! Freeze! Okay, I was close. Also, did I already mention that I have no Spore Immunes? If that had frozen, it was possible. Like, actually genuinely possible. Ah, it was Landorus. Okay, I was actually like, I think with Regice in the back, if I had hit the Thunder Wave and been able to like actually compete here, I think it was doable. Isn't that wild? Yeah, because I lived this. Yeah. I think it was doable. So there's 2 rounds left and I need to win both of them to continue on in the tournament. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I don't know. That really felt like not much I could do after missing the Thunder Wave. But yeah, I think I need to win game 1 somehow. Yeah, I think I need to win game 1 to have a chance in this matchup. Because if you have a game where it's possible to win in a matchup this bad, I think you can't afford to lose it. So yeah, Urshifu is just so difficult for this team. But there's still 2 rounds left, so I'll do my best. I'll try and move on. But yeah, I mean, we are seeing some of the limits of my my Regis here. Okay, so here's the situation. Good news and bad news. Good news is that my my last round opponent didn't show up, so I was given the win by default. The bad news is it was actually like the single best matchup for the team. So I'm a little sad that I didn't get show it off because it's a matchup where Registeel goes kind of crazy. That being said, this is now the last round of Swiss. My opponent has a team that did quite well in Europe, used by player Marco Silva, who is a very popular and a very strong player, as well as Yeomans. They built the team together as far as I'm aware. It's certainly not the worst matchup that I've faced. It's not super easy. It's one of those matchups where like on the whole, it's kind of awkward and difficult. No, on the whole, I think Registeel's pretty good, but the issue is that while Registeel's very good here, it has some pretty difficult matchups. And if I'm not careful, yeah, I could just get totally blown up. I do think I want to build around Registeel here. Regieleki is good. Regigigas isn't immediately obviously good, but the thing is that Wide Guard fully stops this Torkoal moveset. So I'm inclined to do Gigas here, I think. I think Gigas is somewhat like decent. If I don't bring Drago, I only have 1 Protect against Trick Room. I'll do Drago. It's an AV Ensign though. I'm gonna do Rock. It's a little bit weird, but I'm gonna do Rock. Oh, my opponent didn't check in, but I was given the win, but we're playing. We should call a judge. I'll focus on that after the match. Okay, let's see. Okay, Torkoal Flutter Mane. So the big immediate question here is what speed, what booster is the Flutter? Torkoal's also it's evening. That's kind of nice. Okay, what booster is the Flutter? Let's see here. We want special attack probably. That's pretty bad. They might just go for Terra Fairy Gleam here. I might have to sack a Lecky. I can't lose Gigas. I think it's more important. Here's the Terra. It's great to get the Terra out, honestly. Getting the Terra out here is really nice. I'm losing a Lecky here for sure. There's just no way I can survive this. I think even if it's Gleam, I'm dead. So no Helping Hand, so they're going for some kind of fire move, which is okay. Basically, I'm sacrificing a Lecky. Oh, Moon. Oh, that's really bad. Hello, that's bad. I'm Giga dead. Okay, I sacrifice a Lecky here in exchange for what? Exchange for what? Exchange for positioning. I think this is a bad turn 1. I got nothing and they got it like a lot. And with Rock in the, oh, I have Rock in the back. I don't have Drago. Okay, Heavy Slam plus Wide Guard, I guess. It's very obvious. They're probably gonna go for Helping Hand, yeah, and just try and clear me this way. Okay, I know it looks bad, and it definitely is bad, but it's not unwinnable. The thing is, like, first of all, Gigas is goated, so even though this is Terra Fairy, Helping Hand, Moonblast, Specs Moonblast, I think I could survive. Maybe I'm just out of my mind. Yeah, Regigigas is not a balanced Pokemon. I don't think people understand this. And now, assuming that Heavy Slam gets the Flutter Mane, my God, Regigigas is so good. I still have my Terra, and now it's like, it's not so easy for them, right? Their Torkoal can't do anything except for click Helping Hand. I have Water Terra still available. And if they go into like Instant here, it's Frig, okay. So I have Water Terra available, Water Terra Iron Defense. I don't actually need to Terra here because I'm gonna click Wide Guard, right? Wide Guard Iron Defense. I think I'm in good shape. They switched Torkoal out. I do need to be careful here because if I lose my Regigigas, things could take a pretty nasty turn for me. Let's see what they go for here. I'm gonna get the Iron Defense off. I would love to stall out the Sun. I think that would be super, super chic. I don't know necessarily how... I don't think I KO them at +2. Trick Room is now active. Do I KO at +2? It seems unlikely, right? I'm gonna go for Terra Water Body Press and switch to Regirock here. My thought process is basically if they go for Headlong Rush, they'll die, and if they go for Facade, I'll live, right? This gets me something either way. I know it probably looks a little weird to save Regigigas when Regirock's still at full HP, but I just felt like if Gigas went down, then Rock was just dying next turn anyway, so I felt like this is my best bet. Psychic comes out into the Rock. A lot of damage. Facade comes out. I should survive. Regirock is very bulky. That's a really huge survive. And if Body Press KOs here, they're gonna run out of Sun turns. Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so now what? Their Sun's gonna end. Their Fergraph is Citrus Berry, and I'm Water Terra. So yeah, this actually went really, this is the perfect turn. Torkoal has Helping Hand, but Sun's gonna end. I'll just Protect plus Rock Slide here, and like this turn, it's definitely this, right? Here's the thing, Fergraph, if it's bulky enough, it's clearly modest. I think this thing is modest. It did a lot of damage with Psychic, I think. I want to say that Registeel wins this, but I'm a little bit worried about it because I think that I'm dead to Helping Hand Psychic here. Like, I don't think Regigigas takes Psychic very well. Not with help. Yeah, okay, I don't take Helping Hand Psychic here. Oh, hang on. I don't need to go for Psychic. I can go for Iron Defense and Thunder Wave here. Oh, wait, it depends on if they're min speed or not. Getting a Thunder Wave off would change. I suspect that Registeel may not win this because of the speed interaction. Okay, they go for Helping Hand, so it wasn't a mistake to not Wide Guard. Let's use Slower here. Regigigas. They're min speed. Although them being min speed has advantages as well. I do go down, but not before getting their Iron Defense off, which is good. They can't drop my special defense. I just wish I had Light Screen up. It's gonna come down to the wire. So I have +4 defense. I Body Press here. Oh, good play, good play, good play, good play, good play, good play. Really good play. I should have Body Pressed the Torkoal, I guess. Wait, they're going for burns. That actually does a lot. Okay, they don't get the burn. All right, I think they're actually playing really well. I suspect I'm going to lose. Once I get past Fergraph, I become a lot stronger. So I Body Press here. Crit would KO. So I think given that did as much as it did, I didn't need to go for a second Iron Defense. I should have just Body Pressed the first time. Eruption plus Trick Room. How much is this gonna do? 168 down to 125. So it's doing about 40 damage. They have no way of buffing themselves, right? So let's see here. Protect, there's 3 turns left. Attack, there's 2 turns left. Protect, there's 1 turn left. They also could call me out with a Protect. Like, I think I'm losing this, despite having a decently good position. I feel as if I'm losing. I don't even know if I take Eruption plus Psychic plus Eruption here. Okay, I didn't make the wrong play here. Let's see. 147 down to 102. So I took 45 damage from Eruption. Let's see if I have more than 40 here. Oh, I actually take another one. Hold on. 47. I said, what did I say? 45 damage? 47 damage? I think I said 45. So if I'm above 67, then Steel will take one, even with a crit. Is that what I'm saying? I think that is. I think if I Protect, I'm actually from crits. I think Registeel's kind of gonna 3 versus 1 here, which is very surprising. Oh god, it's gonna be really close. Like it's really close. I'm definitely not supposed to Protect. I actually think it's scarier if they go for Heat Wave Burn here. Last turn of Trick Room, there's no need for me to make it go for double Protect because 2 Body Presses should KO. They go for Eruption, they need a crit here. 81, they don't get the crit. 45 again, right? Yeah, 45 again. So great. Okay, I think the second Iron Defense was overkill. I was calculating against the bulkier Frigga than they actually had, so I'll Body Press 1 last time as Twisted Dimensions return to normal and win game 1. Okay, Registeel really popped off here. I think this is a very good win because like the turn 1 went very badly, right? The turn 1 went extraordinarily badly, and yet it was still like a win. And so I think, yeah, overall pretty good turnaround there. I had to be really careful about how I deal with this Farigiraf, Ursaluna. The Pokemon that they didn't bring were what? Cornerstone and where the heck is my mouse? Cornerstone and Incineroar. They may bring Incineroar here. Incineroar's Fake Out would have been useful there, but like, who do they leave behind? I think Torkoal plus Flutter is a reasonable lead to expect game 2. I kind of like Registeel plus Regigigas with Regirock is good here. I kind of like doing Drago as the last. Like, okay, Drago has Protect and is really good out of Trick Room. Alecki is good out of Trick Room to help Registeel survive, but it's hard for me to, I don't think Screen's Alecki should be coming in the back. So I guess it's Drago then. Okay, I'll try this. I don't know if it's gonna work. My number one priority is to clear Flutter Mane. If I can clear Flutter Mane, my life gets a lot easier. Okay, Flutter Mane plus Torkoal here. My general thought process is that I can make a read here if I want. I can go for Wide Guard if I want. Or I can go for Thunder Wave, which I would kind of like to do, frankly. Like, I think they might just double out here, but I could see them going for something like Helping Hand Shadow Ball. Should I go for, I think it's too risky for me to do anything other than Wide Guard, honestly. I'm gonna Wide Guard. Like, I know it's obvious, but the thing is that if I'm wrong, yeah, okay. But this means I get Flutter Mane, so that's still like not terrible, right? Comes in Ursaluna, yeah. Like, I mean, I was gonna Thunder Wave if I wasn't doing this, right? So I wasn't like I made a bad play necessarily. They're gonna save Terra here. They Moonblast into my Gigas. Take a lot of damage, lose my special attack. And now it gets kind of like spooky, right? I get rid of the Flutter Mane, but at a cost. And the cost is that Ursaluna came in and got burned on this turn. And that's pretty terrible for me. The good news is that I'm gonna get Water Terror and I'm gonna be able to start boosting Registeel. There's Farigiraf. Okay, so we know all the mons. I have two potential choices here. I always Terra Water Iron Defense, and I either go for Thunder Wave into the Farigiraf to try and get lucky, or I Rock Slide, which actually is kind of decent here, assuming that Gigas is faster than both. I think I go for Rock Slide here. I know it's silly, but I think I do it. I know it's stupid. I know it's stupid. Basically what I'm saying here is that I have a 30%, I have like roughly, assuming I hit both, I have roughly a 50% chance to flinch one of the Pokemon. And if I flinch one of the Pokemon, okay, I'm the fastest thing. That was really the question. Oh, no, we already confirmed last game that the Ursaluna was slower, right? Okay. Let's see here. Oh. Okay, hang on a second. I should have Thunder Waved because that was actually equivalent / better odds. So the speed order is, okay, I didn't get it. Okay, that's really rough actually. That was, that speed order is, oh, but now I can Rock Slide the other way. Okay. Like they need to kill Giga, so they are gonna end up in trouble. Here's the Terra, yeah, so here's Terra Fairy Ursaluna. Ah, they called it, okay, that's bad, that's really bad. Do I take another one? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Are we speed tying? Hello? Are we speed tying? Because I'm pretty sure that I just lost 2 speed ties with my Regigigas. I think we are speed tying. Okay, that is really atrocious. Just like the worst case scenario. The thing is, Regirock late game is very good here. Very good. I have +4 defense on my Registeel. We are speed tying. There's 3 turns of Trick Room and 2 turns of Harsh Sunlight. So I think it's Protect plus Protect. Pray to God I survive. It's very obvious that I want to protect both here. I can't believe they won both speed ties. I can't believe it was a speed tie. You were on 60 speed Ursaluna. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. Protect plus Protect. Now what? The speed order is Farig, Ursaluna, Steel, Drago. Facade to Drago. I mean, I have to hope that I live Facade plus Psychic, and I'm at +4. I'm inclined to say that I do. There's 2 turns of Trick Room left, so I have to sack Rock here. I have to switch to Rock here, and I should Body Press one of these Mons. I think it's Body Press Ursaluna and switch to Rock because it's not so easy for me to get through this this guy. I expect them to double my Steel here. Your Psychic, no crit, please. I should live. Okay, into Rock, great. Good job, Regirock. I go for Body Press. Okay. Sun ends. So, I mean, I'm setting up for a position where it's possible for Registeel to win. The question is, how do I actually do it? Okay, I have a couple options here. I could actually switch back to Regidrago if I wanted. No, it doesn't. Okay, boom. I'm not gonna be able to boom here. They Protect, okay, I guess, oh, they're going for Earthquake, right. I thought that they might do this. Okay, Reginald goes for Protect here. Earthquake comes out. Okay, what's strong? Draco Meteor is stronger than Dragon Energy, right? Yeah, by a decent bit. I sacrifice Regirock, Trick Room ends. I heal a little bit more. It's gonna be really close. It's gonna be really close. Like, this turn is a bit crucial. The sun is gonna end, so the Torkoal's gonna be doing even more damage. I think I made a mistake, actually. I think I'm supposed to double Frig. Yeah, the Fairy Terror here causes a lot of problems. I think that if Trick Room goes up, I always lose. They could go for the double, but it's pretty risky because they don't know if I'm modest or timid, and if I'm modest, it's reasonable to assume that I would KO. I am timid. Okay, I connect. That means that I'm not... Oh, Regi Drago, you're so good! Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, I really didn't think it was gonna KO. Okay. Chip damage coming in clutch here. Life Orb activates. Is Registeel gonna get the KO here? It'll move first. Here's Body Press. Oh God, okay. My God. Ursaluna goes down. Registeel takes out the fairy type physically defensive wall that is Ursaluna with a +4 body press, and they're left with only Torkoal. And even though I'm at -2 special attack, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win this. Dragon Energy is very powerful. I have Earth Power as well. Torkoal only has spread moves. Only has fire moves. Both of my types resist fire. I think this is ours. Body Press +4, Dragon Energy -2. Dragon Energy, this is -2, but it's a very powerful move, just like 80% to Torkoal. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I've gone 6 wins, 2 losses, and I'm making top cut. When I lost the second one, I was like, there's no way. Honestly, after round 1, I was like, based on how that felt, there's no way I'm making top cut. But somehow, some way, my team of 6 Regis and I are advancing to the final bracket. I mean, I don't really know what to say. I'm happy. This is normally where it kicks up a notch in difficulty. At this point, everybody has won 6 or 8 or 7 games. So I'll do my best, but I feel like I have already exceeded my expectations. Okay, hello everybody. If you have noticed that I have changed my shirt, the reason is that it is a new day and Top Cut takes place on the second day, which I did not realize last night. Here I am, it's Top Cut, my body is Regi. I didn't mention this yesterday, but I got like no sleep the night before. It doesn't happen to me very often. I woke up at 5 in the morning. And like I went to bed at like 11:30. So I got a couple hours of sleep, though I probably didn't fall asleep until like 12:31. But like I feel like yesterday I was trying to play this team and I had a splitting headache that only got worse as the day went on. I think my body in its weakened state was not strong enough to handle the power of the Regis. So anyway, I feel much better today, emotionally, physically, but mentally, I also feel stronger. But the problem is that now I'm in Top Cut and a single loss means elimination. And my opponent is a team that I will say, I don't think it's an auto loss matchup, but I do think that if they realize one of the weaknesses of my team, it's going to become extremely difficult, extremely difficult. So for the most part, this is a hyper offensive Sun team. It has Torkoal powering up Raging Bolt and Flutter Mane, as well as a Scarf Chi-Yu. The Flutter is Specs. The Raging Bolt is Assault Vest. It also has Dragonite and Chen Pao for good measure. Now, this is basically a hyper offense team that aims to overwhelm the opponent before they can react. And especially because my Pokemon are so slow and I have very limited speed control, it is very likely to be able to overwhelm my team. What I'm actually worried about here is not the extreme offense, though I could just get run over by that, but the Terra Fairy Raging Bolt. We already know that Terra Fairy is quite difficult for my team to get through. And the only reason why I was able to beat it in the round that I was able to beat it was with Cursed Terra Ghost Regice, who I don't especially want to bring into a Sun team with Chen Pao. But also, I don't even think it's especially good here because part of the reason why Curse can beat Calm Mind Terra Fairy Raging Bolt is because they run Calm Mind, Protect, Dragon Pulse, and Thunderclap. And what that means is that they can't do damage very easily to Registeel. Compare this to a Photosynthesis boosted Thunderbolt Raging Bolt, and I don't even think that Curse will add up quick enough. Anyway, I have a game plan here. Gigas, Steel, Rock, and I am gonna bring Drago. I think that like if they do Terra Bolt, if they do Terra something else, which I can pressure them to do a little bit with Rock, like basically if they Terra Fairy Bolt, it's not like a Lucky helps me that much anyway. It just gives me like a slightly better chance. So like I'd rather play to a position where it's easier for me to win if they don't Terra Fairy Bolt. So just doing one more look at their team sheet. Their last move is Power Gem on Flutter Mane. That's unlikely to come up. Good thing it's not Mystical Fire. Their Chi-Yu is Snarl, Heat Wave, Dark Pulse, and Overheat. So Wide Guard is useful there. Raging Bolt is Thunderbolt, Thunderclap, Draco Meteor, Electroweb. Torkoal is Heat Wave, Overheat, Earth Power, Helping Hand. Dragonite is running Outrage, Aerial Ace, Extreme Speed, Stomping. Well, they could lock into Stomping actually. And it's Inner Focus, which is great. No, it's not great. I can't flinch them, Madge. And then it's Stellar, Chen Pao with Ice Spinner, Sucker Punch, Sacred Sword, and Protect. And they've locked in already. So yeah, they presumably have a game plan. I am expecting Flutter Mane plus Torkoal. There's no leads that are actually okay. Like something like Dragonite plus Chen Pao would be okay as well, but like I expect Torkoal plus Flutter Mane. We don't want to see Torkoal plus Bolt. Chi-Yu plus Flutter, okay. So that's very interesting. The most important Pokemon for me to clear here is the Flutter Mane. I have a couple options here. I don't think they're ever going for, they could go for Heat Wave. It's not crazy. I don't really like terastallizing here, but I think I should play, I need to get rid of this Flutter Mane, and I think this is the only safe way to do it. I could protect. I definitely Thunder Wave Chi-Yu. I'm curious about whether or not I need to Terra here. Okay, that's not good. Hello. Oh, that's not good. Hello. Okay, into Gigas. Okay. So I did okay here. Regi Gigas, you were so goated. My God. Okay, but now how on earth am I ever gonna win? Okay, I know it sounds like a little bit crazy, but I have a decent idea of what to do here. I go for Heavy Slam, assuming that I hit this Thunder Wave. It's not damage a lot. Gigas, dude. You had one job, buddy. You had one job. That's really bad. Because what I was able to do is I was able to, in theory, sacrifice, oh God, I was gonna sacrifice Gigas to get, and that would have improved my position significantly. Now, without the Thunder Wave, I think I'm in really, really bad shape. Yeah, that Thunder Wave miss is pretty abysmal, and they switch into probably Bolt here. I assume this is Bolt. It's just, there's nothing I can, like, I needed to hit that Thunder Wave there, really. Now I'm in huge trouble, huge trouble, and there's kind of nothing I can do, I think. Yeah, I think my position is just almost untenable now. They're gonna overheat. Oh, they actually Heat Wave. I actually could survive this. Okay, so now what? They crit me. I don't think I was surviving. How on earth am I supposed to win? Like, actual serious question. I have Rock. Rock is kind of all I've got now, right? How many turns are left? 3? I guess I do this. I'm missing that Thunder Wave changes a lot. Just it totally changes the dynamic. It forced me into this awkward turn 2. Yeah, these are the right 4 Pokemon, by the way. My opponent seems to be very good. I think that the odds of me winning this game are pretty low, but I won't give up because if I can get rid of the Torkoal, like the thing is that Registeel is quite. Okay, here's the Terra. I assume this is on the Raging Bolt to cover for Terra Fairy, or to cover for Stomping. The question here is who's faster between Regirock and Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt is obviously a good bit faster naturally, but there is a chance that they're running slow Raging Bolt because it's Assault Vest, though I think it's probably faster. Okay, I am faster. With a flinch here, there's nothing. Oh God. And they don't flinch, okay. I survive. There's Body Press. I don't KO. I thought for sure that would get it. Okay, I got the flinch there. So this is a pretty big deal because now it allows me to do this and switch here and go for Body Press. I don't see how I could possibly win. Who else agrees? I'm calling out Thunderclap and just let Torkoal go down here because, like, I don't think they want to sacrifice Flutter Mane. And if I can get rid of Torkoal, then the sun will end, and I think there's like maybe a way back in with that. They go for Thunderclap. Okay, I made this turn correct. So it's 3 versus 3, but Regirock is dead in the water. Regirock never does anything for the rest of this battle. The reason I saved it is because now I can use it to reset a Draco Meteor drop, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad for me. Here's why I think this is like passable, because who do they go into here? Neither of their back Pokemon can protect, and they can't Terra either. Okay, Flutter Mane comes out. So here, like presumably they're going to go for Speed Booster. Okay, it's good to know. And they have special attack active on the Bolt. So what are they? So, okay, I'm threatening Protect plus Heavy Slam. And if I Protect plus Heavy Slam, then it becomes somewhat awkward for them, right? I'm going to Draco Meteor this Flutter Mane. I'm going to pray to God it switches to Chi-Yu. That's not the right move. Hello. Okay. They're locked into Shadow Ball though. I am the smartest. Okay, I mean, I made the right play. I just did it in the wrong way. Like, I mean, I could have Earth Powered for a little chip there, I guess. Anyway, Sun ends now, so they lose their booster energy. I think I have to save Draco here. Okay, Protect plus Heavy Slam. Okay, they didn't switch. I think that they're probably just gonna double a steal again here. Yeah. Well, they could. No, they can't They can Draco. Whoa, that's strong. Okay, I made the wrong play, but it honestly, like, oh, that's really strong. Yeah, you see the issue with the Bolt, right? Although, like, what are they doing here? Wait, hang on, what are they doing here? Oh, are they going for Snarl? Wait a second, hang on a second. What are they doing here? Are they going for Heat Wave? You know what I mean? Like, what move are they going for here? I'm gonna Draco Meteor. Draco Meteor plus Protect. I still have my Terra as well, though it doesn't really help me here. I don't think I should use Steel Terra. I wonder if I should have exploded earlier. Anyway, let's see. This is the crucial turn. I'm so far behind. I really don't expect this to work. They go for Heat Wave. Okay. So here's the question, chat. It's pretty strong. I hit Draco, so she is going down here. They can't Draco Meteor me, right? Like, I don't think they're allowed to go for Draco Meteor here. Also, how heavy is Registeel? I actually don't know. I know Raging Bolt is really heavy. A Thunderbolt, okay. The Heavy Slam only does about 16%. You know, I actually think I could have won if not for that. Isn't that crazy? The para changes a lot. Like, I actually think without it, with a 3-1 lead, I think it was possible. Thunderbolt, I should live. Good job, Registeel. Heavy Slam. Here's the thing, I'm faster with Regirock, so if I explode, they're Giga dead. Who else thinks it? Going to Drago again and Heavy Slam. My heart is going like a million miles an hour. Okay, they killed Drago, but now they're -2. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on a second. I can't explode anymore. But I can Heavy Slam. They're -2. They didn't Thunderclap. An explosion would have won me the game. I should be living another one. I can just Rock Slide here. I think they have to crit me to win. I think I can win. I have to Rock Slide here. I have my Terra left. It doesn't help me. Thunderclap. Do I survive? I don't. That's fine. Regirock, you did a good job, buddy. I'm really proud of you. It's winnable. It's winnable. Registeel might Heavy Slam this thing to death because I'm not taking very much and I still have my recovery. I think that's in range of one more. I did like 25%. I protect here in case of Thunderbolt para full para. Yeah, the Drago really changed things. Thunderbolt, okay. All right, Registeel, bring us home. One Heavy Slam. One Heavy Slam and we're in it. Just get one more attack off, buddy. The Raging Bolt counter that we need. I need to not get crit, which is like 94% of the time. Okay, here's Thunderbolt. Is Registeel gonna tank it? Okay, only takes about half of its remaining HP. Doesn't get paralyzed. Heavy Slam. Okay, I know I don't have an actual like Terra Raging Bolt answer, and I know like based on how well this opponent played, I'm probably still likely to lose this set, but my God, does that feel like a good win to get. Oh my God, that feels good. Oh God, oh my God, that was so stressful. And even still, I have to do it again somehow. So, okay, I think the first thing to do is I'm feeling a little amped up. Let me take a second. I just refilled my chug jug here. Let's think this through. Okay, so I think that I've learned more about the matchup now. I've confirmed that they are, that they're smart, which is a huge problem, to be blunt. The fact that they know that they're like good is like the worst case scenario. My original idea was to switch to Alecki plus Rock lead game 2. I'm gonna try this. It's risky. It's risky. I'm basically hard calling out that Fluttermane is not in the lead, which is a decision that I can make, and one that I am making. Honestly, is it Gigas? Gigas is like kind of my homie. I think it's Gigas. I'm bringing Gigas in the back. I'm leaving Drago behind. This is a mistake, probably. I'm doing it. Okay, I expect to see Raging Bingus plus Torkoal lead. Ah, that's not good. Holy cow, that is not good. All right, well now I'm 8th. I'm going 8th. I think I forced them to give me something here. Yeah, this is better because this way. Yeah, okay, Torkoal comes in. They could go after Regirock here, is the thing. Okay, here's Torkoal. They could go for Moonblast into Rock. Oh, but they don't really want a Terra, do they? Yeah, I don't think they want to Terra. Okay, into Alecki, I made the wrong play. And I die. And now I'm dead. Now I'm dead. Okay, Regirock, Rock Slide connects on both. Do I die to Wait, do I die to Moonblast? If they Terra, yes, otherwise no, right? I think that turn 1 went badly. This is my current position. This is the official position of Mr. Glick. If I'm them, I'm going Helping Hand plus Moonblast and just clearing my Rock here. Also, I'm surprised that I died to Moonblast there. Oh, it's guaranteed, never mind. Okay, they may intuit that I don't have Drago in the back because I showed Gigas, but I also could. So here's Steel. We need them to go for Helping Hand plus... Okay. They're saving Torkoal. Yeah, because Sun last game was pretty important for them. Here's probably Bolt, right? Yeah, here's Bolt. Okay, cool. Oh, they called it. Oh, wow, that's a brave move. Special attack drop doesn't really matter. Okay. Now what? Now what do I do? Okay, paralyze the Fluttermane, but I suspect that I'm about to be very much losing Pokemon. I did not get Light Screen up. I have Icy Wind available. I kind of like Icy Wind Iron Defense. I wish I had Confuse Ray. Hey, they Moonblast again. They're still faster. I guess survives, but it's gonna go down to another one. Or to the Thunderbolt here, probably. I need the Icy Wind off so that my Rock will outspeed their, what's it called? Their Bolt. That's not good. Hello. I'm dead, and now I'm dead. Okay. So here, they actually, I think, have a pretty safe way to win. Although they don't, yeah, like basically here, their Fluttermane is still faster than my Regirock, even though I'm like max speed. So here, I think in order to win, what has to happen is I need to get a full para. I think I need some luck. Okay, Regigigas, you've gone down, but you've left us a parting gift of this paralysis on this Fluttermane. They need to clear Regirock, and they need Fluttermane to do it. Please. Here's the Terra. This is going to be Fairy Terra on the Bolt. Okay, my arch nemesis, Farius Terrius. I think even if this turn goes well, I'm still Omega losing. Thunderclap. Okay, here we need the para. We need the para. Why do I do it? Okay, I'm getting 4-0'd by Bolt and Flutter. I mean, listen, like this is exactly what I was worried about, right? Like it's very difficult for my team to break through this. And their lead is really, it gives them a lot of options in the first turn, no matter what I lead. Okay, there's the para, one turn too late. It didn't matter, to be honest, because 2 Thunderclaps is gonna KO me, and then like with my Terra type of water. Yeah, like I just don't have the tools, straight up. I straight up do not have the tools. I can't lead Rock plus Steel because they'll just Moonblast plus Heat Wave and I'll die. Rock is good, Steel is good. The others are all kind of questionable. If I can get through the Fluttermane, I think Gigas becomes slightly stronger because I can at least paralyze stuff. So if the goal is to get rid of Fluttermane, I should lead with Regi Steel. I have my Terra available, but I don't really want to use it on Regi Steel, right? Torkoal. Overheater Heat Wave. Fine. Overheat. Good dodge. Underwave. Great. Now what? Can't sack Registeel, can't sack Regirock, can't sack Regi anybody. Don't like it, but I'll do what I can. This forces Torkoal off the field at the cost of terrestrializing my Registeel, making it significantly weaker to Regieleki. To Regibolt. Okay, let's see here. Overheat misses again. Okay, I didn't need Terra. Good job, Registeel. You're my goat. Body press. Good damage. Okay, nearly dead. This forces Torkoal off the field. It makes it so it can't attack for this turn. These are the early turns that I thought through. Now in comes Regibolt. How slow is Chiyu now? It's paralyzed and it's at -1, so it should be around... If it's modest, it will be still faster, but not faster than my Raging Rock. It's good. It's still locked into Overheat. The second miss is actually bad there, I think. Okay, and here what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my light screen up, and I'm going to try and win this game by switching in a Lecky here and going for another Icy Wind to intentionally not take the KO on the Chiyu and to cover for switch in here. Presumably this is Thunderbolt into my Raging Steel. Well, this is the crucial turn because they could also just kill Gigas here, which would be pretty bad for me, especially if I don't get the Icy Wind off. With light screen up, this game becomes a little bit more interesting, I think, because this Raging Bolt, remember, can't protect itself. Here's a Lecky. Thunderbolt. Okay, that's the right move. My Gigas should survive the turn. Okay. My God, is that a crit? Oh Lord. Okay, I'm taking a lot of damage. Gigas, you got this. Great job, Regigigas. You are so goated. Now we just need you to not KO Chiyu, which I'm actually not worried about in this case. Okay, I've taken a lot of damage. I've taken a ton of damage. However, I've got the Icy Wind off. Raging Bolt's now -1. Great. I could lose both here. I don't really want to, but I could. Chiyu is -2. Okay, now I get light screen up. I don't think this is going to be enough, but I have to go for it, right? They still have Terra available. I don't have Terra. Okay, they switched. Oh, I can't outspeed, so this maybe was a bad rock slide. An over-ambitious rock slide. Here's Flutter, presumably. Okay. I get light screen up. Here's light screen, so I have 8 turns of this, which is good. Here's the bad news. Should I Icy Wind it again? Electroweb. Oh, I survived. Okay. Honestly, the little chip might be nice. No! No, 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 no. No. Oh, no. Okay. I think it's looking pretty bad, folks. But it's not over, and that's important to me. If I go down 4-2, they're just gonna clear Regirock, right? Don't think I have a choice. Like, I can't let the back Pokemon take damage. They are too important, unfortunately. Okay. Sorry, folks. Okay, Lucky, you did a good job. You set up light screen. Now let's see if we can bring it home. Yeah, I couldn't switch into this very easily because I've already parried. Even with light screen up, I can't survive. Okay, let's see if the Proto ends this turn. Sun ends. Okay, cool. Like, I know I'm down 4-2, but I at least have the light screen up this game, so it is a little bit different than last. And Chiyu is nearly dead. So I have Explosion. That's one option available, but I don't think that I'm supposed to use it here. I think I need to Rock Slide my way through this. If I'm them, I might just go after the Regi Rock this turn and go for Moonblast plus Thunderclap. I think I need Flutter Gone. They might Terra Fairy Flutter me to just try and clear my Regi Rock. I think I'm losing, but I did my best, and that's what matters. Okay. I'm killing Flutter this turn. I go into Chi-Yu. Torkoal. Okay. I still have the Paralysis that I invested earlier as well. Moonblast, Light Screen is up. I live a Thunderclap. I don't know if I live Helping Hand Thunderclap though. Big damage. Like, you see I'm close, right? But I don't think it's gonna be enough. Sun boosted, Helping Hand boosted. Yeah, Photosynthesis. I think they've got me here. I really tried. I really tried quite hard. But I don't think Regirock takes this. Yeah, I don't think Regirock can take this. Helping Hand boosted. I have a Light Screen up, but Regirock does not. I have no bulk, right? So you would expect me to go down here. Okay, if I live this, it's possible. Isn't that wild? Yeah, they played really well. Like, yeah, Terra Fairy Bolt, my arch nemesis. Not likely, I'll tell you that much. Okay, maybe they went after Registeel. The problem is since I can't protect, I can't even play the mind game. Yeah, nice play. Yeah. I don't think the crit mattered, I'll be completely honest with you. Like, you see it was close, right? Like, I have Terra Water Regirock, Registeel, like, I'm making good calls. But I'm a little bit short in the damage department, so I think that's gonna be all she wrote. I think really what they did especially well was they recognized that part of the reason why I was even able to win game one is because I got rid of Torkoal, like if they allowed me to take Torkoal. And when I could, like, once I stalled at the Sun, it was a lot easier to handle the Raging Bolt without, well, without Sun or Helping Hand, I certainly would have lived that Thunderclap. But yeah, with access to both, Registeel's so good. Yeah, Heavy Slam is not winning me this one, unfortunately. Yeah, with access to both, I can't stop the damage output from Bolt, which is how I was able to win game one, right? Like I was able to cut its damage output significantly enough that I was able to stall it out. But yeah, here with the Sun and with Terra Fairy and the Assault Vest, I just didn't have the tools to get through. And honestly, like, I don't even feel that bad because let's say I knew that this was my opponent, right? And I had as much time as I wanted to prepare. I actually don't, it's really difficult for me to imagine a world where I'm able to beat this, even with like full team building at my disposal. Like I would have needed to do something really weird with Regice, probably. Terra Fire Regice, maybe would have, like, certainly would have been better here, but only because, even still, I don't know if I would have ever beaten the, like, Assault. I needed to use, like, sheer cold Regice or something, probably, and just get lucky. But anyway, good game to my opponent. They played really well. Good luck in the rest of the tournament. And honestly, I'm proud of myself for getting a game win. I think that was a really, I think this matchup showed, I think, a weakness when you use like solely Regis. So I'm certainly not too upset about it. But yeah, GG's to my opponent. I hope you all enjoyed watching this. It was fun to use all the Regis together. There were like a lot of memorable moments for me. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you watch the most recent one where I entered a tournament with only bug types. I will tell you that this tournament, for all the or this challenge, I should say, for all of the weaknesses of the Regis, it was still easier to do this than when I had access to every bug type. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.